live! Hello all, welcome back to the INVICTUS stream! My name as always is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with my lovely brother, Mr. Alex Guthrie.
That's me.
The talented Miss Joe Fallak. Left foot first. And the incomparable Mr. Justin Thomas James. And we are here this Wednesday night with chapters of the Undefeated, episode 8. That's right, we have done 8 episodes of this D&D 5e campaign that Joe has been running for us. It's been so fun and exciting getting to step into the shoes of characters where we get to play them sort of on an ongoing sense. So again, thank you to Joe for doing this. Thank you to you guys for watching and contributing in all the various ways you have, whether it be through the chapters of the Undefeated community stuff that Justin's running, or just interacting with us on a Wednesday night. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. It is, of course, an 18-plus show. If you are not comfortable with no words such as boobies and cock, then please, you close the video right now. Those are no words. I've seen one once.
They are.
Cock and balls.
Cock and balls. But please, you should close the video. But before you do, make sure you like it. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Oh, here's Alex's famous warning.
Chicka nudity. Oh man, tell your parents you're watching nudity right now.
That's right. You're going to be watching nudity right this second. But yes, if you're not comfortable with mature themes, then you can close the video. But again, like it before you do. And when you're liking us on YouTube, make sure to follow us on Twitter. We are at INVICTUS Stream. Also jump over to Instagram. We are at the INVICTUS Stream. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, make sure you join us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page and a Facebook group. Facebook page is where we put all the important updates, the big things that are coming up in our sort of weekly look. But the Facebook group is the really cool place. It's the place where we all get together and share ideas and role-playing advice and sort of thoughts and a lot of the community stuff that Justin's been doing with the chapters of the Undefeated. So make sure you join the Facebook group, because that is probably the coolest place on earth. Isn't that right, guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
There's literally no greater place than the Facebook group.
I think it should go more like this. Absolutely, yeah.
That's pretty much right. When you join the Facebook group, you have a chance to win MVP. MVP is the most valuable post. It's the post of the week or weeks that we decide to sort of bring out amongst the rest. The one that sort of stands out and gives us the best meaning of community, the best feeling of community. And this week, we would like it to give it to someone that we haven't done in a while, but is much deserved. And that would be the one, the only, Miss Aisha Lyle. That's right, no one is more deserving than Aisha for the countless things that she has done for INVICTUS over the years, whether it be the hours of footage that she's collected for us during the Extra Life segues that she did, the audio that she ripped from all of our previous games that now Justin and I are converting into podcast format with the help of her additionally, the work she's put into the Facebook community, the Facebook garage, or the INVICTUS garage. All of the stuff she does is absolutely immeasurable. She is an invaluable person. Thank you so much, Aisha, for being you.
Nice.
Yeah. This is Aisha. This is Kevin Costner. You're almost there. You're like just next to no, he's a little bit higher. But you're going to be there very soon. So get ready, because you're fastly moving up as one of my favorite people. But yeah, so well done, Aisha, for winning MVP. If you want to win MVP, look no further than to just comment in the Facebook group. There were so many great posts this week, so many people that were deserving of it. But Aisha is someone that time and time again steps up to bat and impresses the hell out of us. I also want to shout out a quick thank you to Langdon, Zia, and Marvin, who have contributed to Graham's Compendium, which is sort of an ongoing document that I'm going to be making. Every game I make notes about what we're running into, whether it be the succubus or the hag, and last week we sort of talked about excusing meta-knowledge and collecting this stuff in character as Graham. And that's going to go along with all the stuff that he's learning. And if you want to contribute to that, just comment on any of the posts that I'll have in the Facebook group, and do it sort of in Graham's voice to kind of be like, Is my voice screwy?
No.
No, your video, but that's
Oh,
okay.
my video. I need to look
Video.
pretty. But yeah, if you want to contribute something in Graham's voice, you know, something that he would say, just post it on any of the comments and I'll add it to the compendium. Again, things that we've experienced so far, like maybe the first introduction with the mayor, or maybe his feelings about Marguerite or the sprites, or however we want to do it. I want to create a community document that we can have ongoing, and at the end of this campaign, you know, this big thick book of all these experiences that we've been able to have so far. And if you're curious what it looks like so far, I've posted it in the Facebook group as sort of version 1 for tonight, which has some of the stuff that we've already collected over the years and sort of breaks down some of the stuff that over the weeks, I should say.
Over the
There's only
very
been
many years of this campaign.
So many years. And yeah, so well, awesome stuff to that. Thank you for helping. I also want to do a quick shout out to Gamers Galaxy, which is a freaking awesome TV show locally around here. Let's give them a round of applause. Nina Starr is the host, and she had Joe and I on last week to sit down and talk about Invictus and to run a little end of the world game. And we ended up playing for about 45 to 50 minutes or something like that for the end of the world, and she cut it down to a 10-minute segment to air last night on TV, and we posted it in the group. So if you want to watch that, you should check that out again by joining the Facebook group. And the interview segment will be coming in the coming weeks as well, and we shared it out to a few people, so you might want to check out to see if your name is mentioned, although she might cut it out, so I can't say anything maybe.
She also said that she'd get us the longer edition of the video with
Yes.
us playing into the world, so that'll be good. And she was saying maybe she wants to have all of the Invictus people around the table maybe later on this summer. See if we can
Yeah,
get that happening.
so let's hope for that. But again,
Would
thank
be an
you.
honor.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Nina, for setting that up for us. And
She's so lovely.
she's fantastic. Very, very cool.
Is
Very
that
cool
on our
show.
YouTube channel?
No, but it's posted on the Facebook group. This is what's going on here, Alex. Just check the Facebook group. You can check it out. But yeah, so thank you to Nina and Gamers Galaxy. He doesn't know what's going on. For
I just saw the one post you put about that. Oh, there it is.
yeah,
People not knowing what's going on. I
About
saw the
Dad.
post of you sharing it with your dad.
so disheartening.
Nope, don't get it.
Nope.
My dad too recently was like, you know, you should get into something creative. It's like, all right, Dad.
Yeah, but at least it's like, you know, hey, here's me, but it's just like, no, don't get it. Oh well, like literally dismissed it before even trying
Oh
to
well,
explain
I
it.
like that part especially.
Oh well, that's the way it is. But as Jal,
We know he'll never see this.
yeah, right. But as Jal very accurately pointed out, it could be much worse. So fair enough. But anyway, it's just more funny than anything else. So yes, again, thank you to Nina, thank you to Gamers Galaxy, and hopefully we get to do a lot more with them in the future, because that was really fun sitting down on that stage and sort of running something. Finally, Justin, why don't you tell us a little bit about Chapters of Undefeated? I noticed that Chapter 2 is starting soon. How does that look for us?
Chapter 2 just started today. I launched a comment on the group. If you scroll down, you'll be able to find it in the Facebook group. Yet another reason to join. And basically, this chapter is just going to focus on the members of the Undefeated, the individuals who are the rank and file, who are doing the grunt work to make this realm a better place. And I've invited everybody to create their own quest. And it could be as simple as someone in the town asking them to fend off some dire rats or go hunt down some goblins or that sort of thing.
It's like side quest stuff, right? This is always my favorite, where it's like, can you find all the chickens that are in the village?
Fetch quests? Bring this
Yeah.
letter to my cousin. No,
There's,
sometimes
like,
they are
this
really fun.
big impending doom over the entire game world, and we're focused on chickens.
But you know what? The issue to me about side quests in video games is the amount of them, not the actual side quests themselves, because truthfully, when you do them once or twice, they're actually sometimes the most fun part of the game. Just getting able to cross through these beautiful landscapes and do something sort of on a smaller scale. My only issue is could you do them so much? So in this case, where we're not doing them all that often, these are the kind of things that are really fun and they are really rewarding. And frankly, I'm a bit jealous that sometimes, well, maybe I'll make a secret character to join the community campaign.
Make
Well,
a
I
secret
love that
identity.
Justin's giving you guys all this narrative freedom, which I think is a really awesome chance to express yourself creatively and feel like you're part of all this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so great.
And I'd even go as far as saying not feel, but are part of this.
For sure.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You are part of our world. As
Come here. Come
Come
here.
Part of this. World.
And finally, only because I cut it last night and I figured I'd mention it again. If you haven't seen the one chip challenge that was taking place last year, or I guess you should say in November of 2017 for Extra Life, you should check it out. It's on our YouTube page right now. Yeah, I ate that really spicy bad boy, and it was
so funny.
It was terrible. But it's just my laziness because I hadn't cut it out of like the 11-hour video forever, so it just never really got. A lot of people missed it and they were like, did you end up doing that? And I just got tired of like saying it, so I finally made it its own video, and I spliced it with Joe's after video where she like followed me watching me run my tongue under drinking expired cream. So anyway, if you want to see me in a lot of pain,
Good times.
yeah, good times for all of you. Not good times for me. It was a lot of pain, but I was thinking.
I still laugh about it.
I mean, I would do it again for charity, absolutely. I mean, things like that I would do. So maybe we'll rope everybody into it this year.
Fuck no.
I licked the package. That was bad enough.
I know. I watched it like a few times as I was editing it, and you're like, "Fuck, that's hot." And I'm like, just like.
I just loved too the mockery of Harlan, the outright mockery of Harlan.
You must be in so much pain.
Did you drink some water? And your like head is underneath it.
Yeah, it's always nice to have such a supporting friends like these people. Anyway, so yeah, you should check that out if you want to. It should be a lot of fun. And that is it. Coming up, next Wednesday we're going to be doing a one-shot. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because for the first time, maybe I won't ruin it. I'm not going to say what it is, but for the first time it's going to be just a one-player game. It's going to be one GM and one player. And I'm excited for it. This is one I've been saving for a while to kind of just have a little bit of fun. It's going to be darker. It's going to be interesting. So we'll see what happens. And and this Friday we're going to be playing some Terraria, Joe and I. So come hang out, play some Terraria, watch Joe dig up.
Digging holes in the ground.
So we'll do it, and I'm just gonna build stuff. So yeah, Friday night, probably around 8 o'clock, come hang out. We'll play some Terraria together. So lots of stuff coming up. But before all of that, there are, of course, the chapters of the Undefeated. So without further ado, unless anyone else has anything else to add last minute,
I have no further ados.
No further ados. What?
And that's, let's get on with the show.
Where's the cricket sound effects?
Wait, let me try that again.
That's fine. Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get on with the show!
All right. Chapters of the Undefeated, Episode 8. Here we go.
Previously, in Chapters of the Undefeated, our heroes helped protect the docks of Salisal, interrogated a beggar who has visions of the future, and talked to Liam Nee about his missing daughter. Tados put two and two together, and the party trekked out of town, along the river in the dead of night, looking for the entity responsible for the kidnapping and the town's nightmares. We hear the distant buzz of insects and the sound of a slow river somewhere far away. Then we see 4 sets of footprints backfilled with duckweed and water, trekking through black mud. The footprints weave between the trunks and bare branches of trees, hung with gray, leafless vines. Last year's cattails click in a slight breeze, but the air mostly hangs still. A bundle of slender bones, hanging from some twig or limb, spins idly, mirrored by its twin further down the path. Now that a weak dawn has broken, the land that surrounds us is even more oppressive and bleak than it was at night, when we were using the warm glow of dancing lights to guide our path. The river at our right has seemingly spread out into a vast and colorless wetland. Tados, Leah, Graham, and Quintus straighten from examining the numerous and small mounds of earth that speckle the landscape here, only to realize that they have unwittingly come upon some hovel or hillock, perhaps 100 feet away, shrouded ominously in fog, surrounded by twisted brambles and marsh grass.
I'm going to do just a perception roll to sort of see up ahead to see if there's anything of interest.
Mm-hmm.
Nervously, Graham leans behind a tree and looks forward. Oh, a natural 20.
Fuck yeah.
Good start.
It's a really good start. Good job. You notice that atop the hillock of earth, there seems to be a stump of some weathered old tree. Almost like the ground has been piled around it. So it's kind of protruding out of the top, this gnarled tree stump. You don't notice with that perception check the sounds of any movement, apart from, the clicking of cattails, like I mentioned.
How large is it, roughly?
I'll tell you. It's about 40 feet, you would approximate, in diameter.
Okay. So it's large enough to
maybe
be like
about 10 feet tall.
Large enough to be a home for some monstrous creature. So I turn very quietly, and I sort of turn to them and I describe what I see.
It could be the hag's lair. It would make very good sense if it was.
Right.
Should we go in?
And Graham sort of looks
Or
around
perhaps
nervously.
we just burn it down without even approaching.
Burn down a bunch of earth? I don't...
Oh, well, I mean, it's covered in twigs and stuff too, right? Look at the vines kind of crawling up the side. Good point, Leah. It probably wouldn't burn, but who knows? Maybe it would, but you're probably right.
It's possible.
Ground doesn't really burn very much. Take a very fierce blast of heat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a way that we could entice whatever's in there out here. Lure it, so to speak.
What do we know about hags so far? Obviously, we know that they like to be ugly, and that they value that above most anything else. Tados, is there anything else you might know? You were the one who knew about hags last time, didn't you? I forget.
That's right. And let me maybe I'll do a bit of a roll here for, I don't know, nature or maybe arcana, to see if there's something that I know about the hags and how they build their lairs. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Is that a good question? So with a 15,
It's an okay question.
Yeah, I mean, the point of like a knowledge roll about a creature is so that you get kind of a generalized idea about it. If you continue rolling over and over and over again, asking multiple
you just get smarter
questions,
on them, right?
Good, keep
Well,
rolling. I get it.
where are
Keep
you
rolling.
getting this information from?
Well, okay,
don't
this is
know.
what I'm saying is they build their lairs with thin walls and big domains on the inside, or thick walls and little domains on the inside.
You would have no way of knowing that.
Okay. I don't know if they build their domains with thick or thin walls.
It's like, I don't know.
Nothing in my journals about this.
Yeah.
It's simple, all right? We create a trap. What does this thing like? We know it likes eating babies. We don't have any of those around.
But
we
I
could
cast
pretend.
illusion.
Yes, I was just about to say.
We think very much alike, Graham. I do like that about us. Although we may be on either ends of the spectrum, we still do think alike. And
What are you talking about? I'm not.
If we could
page
create
Yeah,
using your thaumaturgy, that you can cast voices and sounds, perhaps you could create the sound of a newborn crying out here in the swamp.
Or, in fact, even better, as a team, if you were to create the sound of a child, a baby crying, and I created a minor illusion of the baby in maybe something as if it was in the river, floating down the river in a wicker basket of some sort.
Well, I don't have thaumaturgy, unfortunately.
The river is also not within sight.
Or no, not a river, or whatever. Just sitting out front. You don't have...
I would say you can create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range, such as the rumble of thunder. I'm sure you could emulate that of a crying
I could.
child.
And I will. Are we in agreement that I shall create the sound of a child outside of the door?
Well, what I'm saying is that's the first step to luring her out. I believe that would work. And I looked at Quintus and Leah and said, what do you think that would work?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
She did just
like
eat a baby.
babies, right?
Well, but
We want to eat them.
From
I think they're probably pretty clever, so they'd probably wonder like how that baby got there.
right. Additionally,
Like babies don't just like crawl to a hag's doorstep.
But maybe someone left a sacrifice. I don't know, so that they didn't come after the baby. Perhaps she might think that. I don't know.
She'd probably investigate it at least. I think you might be right.
It sounds like we shall proceed with this lure. Let me cast.
No,
thaumaturgy.
just wait, hold on. This is important. This hag, for all we know, is leagues more powerful than us. We need to
And
be
there
very
could be
smart.
more than one.
Exactly. Now, from what we remember, eating the newborn grew another hag or something. It gave birth. It allowed her to create a secondary one, was my understanding from what you said.
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
Tados had in his book.
That's
That's
right.
correct.
So the
Yes.
question here is that would another one entice it necessarily, or perhaps if this other one is in its fetal stages still, perhaps there's an opportunity to destroy it while it's still young. Or if, as Leah said, a young baby might not wander around here by its own, perhaps one of us holding a bundle of cloth and having Tados cast the illusion or the sound within that bundle of cloth would at least give credence to the fact that someone was returning a baby. It would make them open, but ultimately would at least lure the creature out so that we could ambush it.
So what do we do?
Yes.
Well, what I'm thinking is if, for instance, myself or held a bundle and far enough away from the home so that she could lure out, and the three of you were surrounded it, we would have the opportunity to then attack it out in the open. Again, only because having the child on its own might not lure out at all.
Yes. Also, another thought might be, perhaps instead of just an ambush, we lured it out just to see what we're up against. Or if the hag is even there.
You're thinking that we can actually speak with a baby killer?
Not speak with it. Let's not speak with it, just lured it out to see from afar what we may be dealing with, without being revealed ourselves. Do you know what I mean? So instead of an ambush, we lured it out simply to see what we're dealing with.
The problem with that is that if it goes back inside, then we've used up our way to lure it out, and it won't be as easy the second time.
Ah, I see what you're saying. You make a good point.
Why don't we... I guess we just have to get closer, right?
But if we approach, ultimately this creature is in a swamp. It's pretty close. It's 5 hours away from a very populated town. I feel like it doesn't fear people approaching it because it's a very powerful entity.
And we don't know. We didn't know what kind of spells it has too. It could launch us from afar, send us flying into the sky from inside the hovel.
That's funny. I'm sorry, Quintus. You have no idea how magic works.
What? I've seen you do it.
Yeah,
Similar, at least.
that's not a spell. At least I don't think that's a spell.
It could be.
It's a spell for me. I do have
didn't know
that.
about water hags.
Who's to know what otherworldly creatures?
I have one called Gust of Wind.
That sounds plausible.
It's very possible.
All right.
So
I think we're onto something. How far away are we from the hovel?
We're about 100 meters.
100 meters. That's far.
Is that
We
what I
need
said?
to get closer. If we're going to ambush this thing, we can't be running at it for a 100-meter dash.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
only 10 seconds.
100 feet away. So, like,
100 feet,
yeah, so.
like 4 turns away.
Well, if you dash,
dashes.
that's 60 feet.
I say we sneak up closer, prepare ourselves. Perhaps, Quintus, if you were to take the left flank, and Leah, you and I take the right flank, and we send Graham up through the center. That way we can hopefully capture the hag from all angles.
Well, but it also disperses us, and there's also the possibility that she's not even in this hovel at all. I think one of the things I wanted to mention to the 4 of us is one of my spells, a few of my spells, in fact, are area of effect, meaning that when I cast them upon the person we're dealing with, it has a sort of surrounding effect. If the hag, when the hag engages with us or makes her appearance known, I would like to hold off on rushing her. At least stay more than 10 feet away. I have a few powerful spells that I want to cast on her, and I don't want any of you in the way when I do. Is that possible to do at least? Or, I mean, we can try. Obviously, circumstances being what they may, it might not be possible, but if we can try to keep a distance for a short time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just
It's going to be difficult depending on... If she's as ugly as you say she is, it may be hard not to run in there.
You're just gonna start stabbing her?
Perhaps.
Well, then I hope you have a high
wrong.
constitution, friend, because it's going to affect you as well.
Nah, you're right.
And-
This is combat tactics.
But even that said, Graham, wouldn't it make more sense then if we send you up the middle with your cloak up, as if, with your face veiled so it doesn't know whether you're a man or a woman, and you put some cloth in your arms and I'll make a sound of a baby. If we give you enough room, does that give you enough room to cast your spell and not injure us?
Well, it's also possible that we just call out to her. I mean, if the 5 of us or the 4 of us are lined up far enough from the hovel, and we just call to her, taunt her, bring her out. I mean, I'm only
But then
thinking
she'll
what gives.
know. We might be overthinking it. I like your initial strategy. If we lure her out thinking that there's a baby, she may come out looking for a baby, expecting a baby, maybe a mother and her baby, and
right.
only to be presented with 4 very well gathered individuals. That
Aye.
said, if we start taunting her, she'll know there are
That's
people
right.
taunting her.
That's right. The former way that you say, she will have her guard down. And we want her to have her guard down, don't we?
Yes, you're right. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't being overly cautious. Sometimes I have the tendency to overthink, but I think you're right. In this case,
Yes.
especially with a powerful creature, I think it is right to take our time. All right, so we'll lure her out, and we think that.
So get up there,
And I lean over and I start pulling up your hood over your
Okay,
head.
relax.
And I-
Yes.
And I bundle a cloth and I stick it in your arms, and in it there's like a sweet potato off the ground.
Yeah.
There's no sweet
size of
potato.
This
You
is the
just take a
biggest
bit
sweet-
like a rock.
Just a tuberous. Okay, this is
Yeah.
all right. So
A bundle of straw.
So get into a position that you're far enough away from where she might approach, and I will try to lure her out then. And we agree that sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, continue.
And we agree that you will allow me to cast on her. Anyone who has an area of effect, try to cast on her before we rush in. Meaning, I don't know how deferring works. Is that how deferring works? Like, can you?
So if we're in initiative order
Mhm.
and it's say it's Tados' turn, he can say I want to go after Graham.
Okay.
So that just means you actually drop your initiative to below where Graham is, or Tados can say he can set up an algorithm. So he can say if Graham casts an area of an effect spell, I'm going to use my movement to rush in and use my action to slash at the hag. It has to be very specific. You have to give a trigger for what is going to trigger your action, and then what your action is going to be. And in that way, you can maintain your initiative order.
I was going to ask about that, actually.
That's what I'd like to do.
Whether or not you can trigger both your move and your action.
Yep.
Like attack action.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
But the problem is, if your trigger doesn't happen, your turn is wasted. Whereas if you delay an initiative order, you're acting later, so you have a penalty, but you can do whatever you want with your turn.
Perfect.
All right. So, and again, I think if circumstances work out that well, I think we should try to. I mean, unless she attacks first, you know, if she rolls and she's like right after someone, then yeah, maybe get your attack out. But, and I say this in whatever non-meta way that would be.
So I want everyone to tell me exactly where they're approaching the hovel from, how close they get to the hovel, etc. And I mean, we may as well just roll initiative right now, and we can work out what happens on everyone's turns, even though there's like no one else in the initiative right now, just because shit might get hairy.
But I had a question for Graham.
For sure. Go.
How far away must we be from you in order to not get injured by your spell, Graham?
You just need to be more than 10 feet away from her.
Oh, that's very simple. That's not too far at all.
Oh, wait a minute.
Excellent.
Hold on. More than 10 feet, and then the other one I wanted to do is a 15-foot cube out for me, though. We talked about this last time. I forget. It's stupid terminology. But basically, we sort of decided it was like a cone, right?
Thunder wave happens from you.
Okay, so I have to be closer to her, but
yes, you could be within. Is it 15
it's
feet
15
or 10 feet?
feet. Yeah, it's 15.
And then the other one
is 60.
It will tell you a range, so it's 60 feet, and then there's an area of effect.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Oh, so you can cast
shatter,
it 60
right?
feet from
That's
you.
shattered.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas Thunder Wave, you have to be like up on her.
Yeah, so in my order, I'm going to do Shatter first because it's farther, and then if she gets close to me or whatever, then I'm going to try to cast Thunder Wave as long as no one's there. Just to let you know. Okay, so Graham will take this bundle of blankets and flip up his hood, and he's going to march straight towards the opening of the hovel, which we can see, correct?
No, it's just a big mound of earth.
Okay, so we don't even know this could be just like nothing. It could be a hill. But How
close do you get?
I'm going to walk 40 feet. So
and are we coming with you?
I don't think so. I think the understanding was that you guys would then try to move around, sort of.
Yeah.
To sort of
okay.
flank left and right.
Yeah.
So you close 40 feet of distance, so you're 30 feet away from the hovel.
I thought we were 100 feet away.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So you're 60 feet
That's
away.
not how math works. Yeah.
Great. Where does everyone else want to be?
I will go to the right.
Okay.
And I want to move 70 feet, if possible. What's my speed here?
I'm drawing an image like this
Yeah,
about
perfect.
like the hovel and stuff.
Fantastic.
So like what?
So yeah, let's see your diagram again.
If you're doing like, if we're approaching from 6 o'clock
Yeah.
and Graham is at 6 o'clock and he's 40 feet away from the hovel, where do you want to be?
No,
gonna
I'm
go
60
for
feet away
3
from the hovel. I'm 60 feet away.
That's what I said.
No, you said 40 feet away. I'm walking 40 feet. I'm 60 feet away.
What's on second?
Yeah. Well, it's important. I don't want you to be like, you're 40 feet away.
It is important. You're 60 feet away from the hovel and you're at 6 o'clock. Where does everyone else want to position themselves?
I'm heading towards 3 o'clock, and I will position myself approximately 30 feet from the hovel, from the center of that 40 feet. So essentially, I'll be kind of close to the hovel.
Like 10 feet away?
I guess. Well, no, let's say 30 feet from the edge.
Okay.
I'm going to position myself the opposite way. I'm going to go to the left and position myself exactly 30 feet away from the front door.
There's no door. You haven't
We don't
seen
know
any
where
door.
the
There is no door. All right.
Leah's not small enough to fit in my arms, right?
She's about 3 feet tall.
It's a big baby.
Yeah, it's a really big baby. That's like a 9-year-old.
I know. I just didn't know. I thought.
Is that how tall a 9-year-old is?
I don't
have no
know.
idea.
We'll
It
figure
depends on the 9-year-old.
Someone's like, I have a 9-year-old, and that's not true at all.
My 9-year-old is 6 feet tall.
All right,
My
so I
9-year-old is
see
2 feet.
Tados going around to the right. I'm going to go to the left, and I'm going to look around and see if I can see anything as I'm getting closer to the side of the hovel. If there is a door on this side, or if there's any signs of activity at the other side of the hovel.
As far as you've seen, the perimeter of this like mound of dirt is intact, unbroken by door or window.
But we've only approached from one side.
I think Leah's gonna join you, Quintus, so she's just gonna be a tag along with wherever you are.
All right.
Everyone roll initiative for me.
Oh, I did already. You want me to roll again?
No.
Okay.
Just tell me what it is.
11.
Oh, 2. Fuck. 4.
And a 10.
10 for Tados. And I'm rolling one more time for no reason. Ooh.
Why? For no reason?
She's just joking. It's for the
Cheating?
hag. No, it's for the hag.
You mean the dirt mound?
So,
She's decoy.
as we all approach, we all sort of split off to different directions, and Graham is approaching very slowly, approaching the hovel. Just going very slowly. He's still 60 feet away from the hovel when everyone else is already in position, twice as close to the hovel as he is. Graham and Leah, or sorry, Quintus and Leah are off to the 9 o'clock direction. Tados is at 3 o'clock. All three of them are 30 feet from the hovel, and
You
we
guys
kind of
way
like
too close.
in the pincer movement towards this hovel. We all sort of, the three of us, arrive at our locations at the same time.
Our positions.
Yeah, at our positions. And Graham, you watch as your three companions sort of come around the sides of this mound, and as we sort of get ourselves into our final position, you see the plants that are scattered all around the hovel. These twisted vines and shrubs start to move. And they start to attack us.
Attack us?
Yes, they do. They don't move very fast, but Leah and Quintus are immediately attacked by two of these. They're like these like balls of like moving twigs, kind of
Tumbleweed?
Yeah, like a tumbleweed,
Evil Deadish,
but with like a skeleton of like darker, thicker bramble, and with these like long arms that sort of whip out. And yes, they do that. So they're going to try to. One of them misses really badly, and the other one also misses badly at Quintus. And then two of them try to reach Tados and do. That's a 15 to hit you, Tados. Does that hit?
15.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a 17 against your AC.
yes, it does.
And then that's
14.
an unnatural 20. So the two that are menacing Tados hit both of them, and they do not do very much damage. But that was maximum damage. So that is 10 damage total.
Okay.
And then the other guys, all around the circumference of this hovel, start moving in towards us. There's, somewhere between half dozen and a dozen of them.
Ooh.
Graham, you watch as these creatures start moving towards you as well.
Yeah.
The like whole forest, like swampland area, just starts to kind of churn around this hovel.
So they're all like circling this hovel?
Yeah, so
Okay.
they were all encircling this hovel, the ones that were closest to Quintus and Leah.
And
Quintus.
how close were they to, like, were they about 30 feet from the hovel, 15 feet from the hovel? From
They
my
were 30
perspective?
feet. Yeah,
So they walked literally into them.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's some that are moving directly towards you. So that was their surprise round.
Perfect.
Now they're going to act again because they're at the top of the
Can I
initiative order.
do a reaction to getting missed?
You cannot in the surprise round. You cannot take
Okay.
any reactions.
Gotcha.
But now this is regular initiative. So they're going to Actually, another one of them is going to get within range of us. So that one's going to swing at Leah, and it misses her just barely. And then 2 of them are going to attack Quintus. That is a 10 and a 6 to hit you, so I presume they miss.
They miss.
Did you want to take a reaction?
I'm going to take a reaction. I'm going to bash one with my shield, and as it's flying in the air, try to impale it with my spear. And this is part of my level 3. It is a battle master skill called Riposte.
Amazing.
So I'm going to roll. Oh, and I miss.
Oh
That's
no!
My die. All right, so I managed to block it with my shield, but I'm not able to get my spear up in time to impale it.
Okay.
I know I'm not in order, but as I'm seeing all the numbers of them, because I'm assuming from my perspective I can see more, I just yell out. I'm like, pull back!
So
You would.
the 2 that were approaching Tatus strike out at him again. That is, does a 15 hit you, Tatus?
Oh, it does. Damn it.
The other one misses you for 3 damage.
Okay.
And then another one just barely gets to within range of you. So you are surrounded by 3 of these twig monsters. Graham, the other 2 that were approaching you finally get within range, and they're both going to attack you. The highest is a 19.
Hits.
For 5 damage.
Okay.
So is everyone updating your HP level in the Discord?
Yeah.
That's kind of exciting. Everyone can follow along with how dead we are.
How
Okay.
alive we still are.
How alive we still are, yes. So Leah is going, it's Leah's turn. She's gonna fucking rage. She's gonna enact her blade song. So she like gets surrounded with a bunch of blue energy, and she that's her bonus action. Her regular old action, she's gonna cast sleep, I think. I think she's gonna cast sleep. Let me just pull that up really quick. Sleep. Sleep.
The poppies! The poppies!
Use my dice app to roll 5d8 real quick.
I know how to get rid of that. Snow.
Yeah. Cast snow!
You guys have been playing Terraria.
Oh.
These things remind me of the like tumbleweed in that game, like the Devil's Tumbleweed or something.
Totally. So the 3 that are all around Leah just fall into onto their little twig backs.
Oh, nice.
Fall asleep.
Oh, wow.
Apparently plants can fall asleep.
Yeah, they can. I just checked and they're totally fine.
It
Yep.
says the GM. What a
They're
surprise.
asleep. Condition
would let me
immunities,
do.
blinded, deafened. That's it.
I'm joking.
Quintus, what happens? So the 3 that were around us just sort of fall lifeless. Well, not lifeless, but consciousnessless.
Is Leah not going to take a move action?
No.
I am going to be right back. I'm just going to defer until after Tatos. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use an action to, what's it called? Trigger that if Tatos moves, I'm going to run beside him.
You are
To
very
protect
far
them.
away.
Thanks.
I can't do that then, eh? Like
You're
60 feet?
47.
towards him?
You're 100 feet away from him.
Okay,
over
I'm going
the
to just
hill.
defer then. Someone's not at the door. One sec.
Okay.
Someone's at the door.
Pizza man!
That's not like
Just say that
a
Quintus
metaphor.
is the biggest nerd whenever he comes back up.
Yeah.
Cool. So Tatos, you can't actually see Leah and Quintus.
I cannot.
No, because we're behind the hill.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot.
But I've got 3 coming up on me.
You have 3 that are all directly within striking range of you. Should we let Justin take his turn?
Yeah, because he's back now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I deferred. What's going on?
It's your turn still. We just talked a
waiting.
little bit about what Tatos could and couldn't see.
Okay, so Tatos is... I was picturing 60 feet away. How far is he?
So this is my map. It's really fun so far.
Okay.
The hovel's 40 feet in diameter, and we're 30 feet on either side of the hovel.
Oh, you guys
Oh,
went that
algebra
far.
Equation.
That's
Or
not where I was
geometry.
picturing.
Yeah,
myself.
I pictured. Did you guys picture doing like more like this?
That's what I was picturing.
That's what I figured
What?
too.
Let's see.
We said 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock.
What's
Is
that?
that-
Yeah, I remember you saying 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock.
Oh,
but I was
okay.
picturing the clock.
I
in a
thought we
different
were gonna
spot.
do like that. You guys are gonna be more like this. So you, where's
Well,
my
that's
finger?
like 7 o'clock and 4 o'clock. So.
Well, they
Yeah.
can't tell time, obviously. No, that's fine. I didn't realize they said that.
I mean, admittedly, I had planned for either or. I was thinking of saying at some point 4 o'clock is where I'm at because I'm
Yeah.
headed for 3. But you know what? I'm fine at 3 o'clock.
Cool.
All right, so I'm going to try. I'm gonna run back. I'm gonna say, Leah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, if you're that far away, you guys should pull back for sure because I can't even like help.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're gonna dash.
I am going to. How many of them are attacking? Graham,
2.
2 right now.
and they're right on him, pretty much.
Yep. They haven't. Did they get? Yeah, they got to swing at you last turn.
Yeah, they can move. So they can move 15 feet at least because they moved twice and they got me.
All right, so I'm going to run away from these 3 that are asleep, and I'm going to run to Graham and dash towards him. And I'm going to use my action surge.
Okay. Yeah, you can get there and like. I mean, we're not doing the Pythagorean theorem right now, guys. We're just not.
Why
But if
not?
you use both of your movements, that's 60 feet. So we'll say that you can get there in that amount of time. So we can
Perfect.
double move between each other on that diagonal.
Okay, so then I'm going to use my action surge to attack.
Stab him.
I'm going to stab him.
Stabby, stabby.
Let's pull up
Stab
the dice
plants.
here.
Make a good
Oh,
shish
brutal.
kebab.
Right, I miss again.
No.
All right, we're gonna need some community XP. For real though.
I rolled a 3 first, and then I rolled a 2 this time.
Woof. Okay.
Woof.
Buzz, your girlfriend.
Woof. Okay, so Quintus, you're hanging out with Graham.
Oops.
You take a stab at this like twig creature, and it just kind of like goes right through like a perfect like space right in between all the twigs, and you don't connect with anything.
It's like this.
Yeah, totally. Tados, there are 3 like gibbering creatures made out of foliage, not foliage. They're like it's like vines and thorns
Yeah.
and stuff.
Reminds me of my backyard. Does this have we leveled up?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're level 3.
that's the
Okay,
whole thing.
Just making sure that like we had already, and you're not gonna spring me when I decide to throw this spell out there, and you're gonna go, oh, we haven't leveled up yet.
Oh, we did. So I didn't tell the
Okay.
community, but we leveled up when we slept last night.
I couldn't remember. Okay,
So, therefore, this will be a perfect opportunity to practice my new spell that I've learned. So I get my fingers ready and I cast Scorching Ray.
Pshoo, pshoo. So
Which
you've never
fires-
cast this spell before. Are you like?
no.
What does
3
it look
rays
like?
of fire.
Exit my hands.
And it's like this Hadouken, and it goes kind of a mix of that and the arc from Indiana Jones, and it goes in all 3 directions. It's like pew pew pew, fire,
Nice.
rays of fire hurl at my targets.
So make
And-
3 attack rolls using your spell casting modifier as your bonus. So roll 3 d20s and add, I believe it's 5 to each of them
5,
for your
yeah.
spell casting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll them at the same time.
Awesome.
Let's see. 16, 12, and a 24.
2 of them hit. Deal damage now.
It does 2d6 to each, so
Cool. Roll 4d6.
I'm going to group them as 1 and 2.
Nice.
Oh, 10 and 6.
Yeah, you incinerate both of them, and 2 of them are gone in piles of ash, and they go scream as they're
Fantastic.
burning out.
Burn, motherfuckers!
Uh-huh.
You beast plants. You.
Yeah, nice. Graham. So there's 2 creatures right up on you, and Quintus has joined your side. You
I'm going
see
to.
as Tados like handily deals with his 3.
I will cast Sacred Flame on one of the ones that I'm next to. I'm assuming it's like just the burst into flame because there's no like area of effect on any of these or anything like that. Doesn't seem like it. So I will cast that.
Do it.
That's okay.
Do it.
Fine.
Coward.
You just have to succeed a dexterity saving throw, or do I still need to roll on these?
No, I'm gonna. I have to. You either roll attack like
Or they roll a
Tados
defense.
just did, or you force me to roll a save.
That's what I thought. Okay, so it's a dex roll, and I'm
Oh, I
hoping.
did so good though.
Did
I
you
rolled
really?
a 19.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it succeeds. Fuck. Figured their dexterity would be so shitty too.
I only have a +1, but I rolled an 18.
And then I will. Am I like currently in? What do you call it? Like, can I
You
pull
are
back?
in melee range.
Okay.
If you move away, they get to make opportunity attacks against you.
Damn. Then I guess I will spend my other turn, or I don't have another turn. Never mind.
Remember that you have like
Oh,
a cool thing
yes.
when you take damage.
You're right. I'm
That
gonna do that.
can only happen when you take damage.
Yeah.
It's a reaction.
Yep. So I should have done that last time. Damn it. Never mind.
Yep.
Fuck.
Cool. So you're gonna end your turn there?
I have to. Yes, I will.
The 3 little twig dudes surrounding Leah continue to slumber peacefully. All 3 of them surrounding Tados are burning. There's a small pile of cinders that are just smoldering beautifully. And there's...
all 3.
Oh, sorry, there's one left. No, you're right. So one of them's going to attack you. It's a 16.
Oh, which
I'm rolling
hits?
rocks tonight, guys.
Yes.
Wow.
That's 4 damage.
Joe is on a roll.
Okay, however, I'm going to react.
Okay, do so.
So 4 damage. Let me just do the math here. That takes me down to 8. Holy shit. Thank you to Jacob in the Discord there, who reminded me that I have Hellish Rebuke, which means that anything that causes me damage then is surrounded by fire and has to do a dexterity saving throw.
Nice.
Cool.
Otherwise, it takes 2d10 fire damage.
Oh my god, for real?
Yeah.
So you cast this using a spell slot.
Yes.
Oh,
which means
I wouldn't
I've
do
used
that.
2 of my spell slots.
That's pretty. Because remember the hag's still coming up, right? Don't use all your big. That's why I cast Sacred Flame, because that's like a low level. These guys.
You've got damage cantrips. I mean, it's a reaction, so you can do it. But I will tell you that you overkilled those 2 that were around you.
Yeah,
I
by
can
like,
only do it once per turn.
Honestly, Alex, and I'm just saying this in a meta because you and me haven't played much D&D, but I've been reading up on it. Don't use. I would say go low, because when the big girl comes, we're gonna need those slots.
Point your finger at the creature damage momentarily.
And Joe's saying
Yeah.
yes in all caps in the chat. So listen to what I'm saying.
And I can only use that once
a
per
little
day.
vague.
Yeah.
It's just
No,
more
I'm-
so because
good-
Alex
good
and I
point.
don't have experience doing this, but I
take the
again
damage.
was like checking it.
I'll take the damage without a reaction.
It's just like that's
Good
why I'm
point.
trying to get all my cantrips out of the way.
Good advice. But then
Um,
again, this is also coming from the guy that's saying let's retreat. I don't necessarily
I didn't
know
say.
our
Hold on.
weakness
I didn't say
that-
retreat. I said pull back. I more meant that we're all like in a line, fucking these things
We're
up.
too scattered.
Okay.
Exactly.
No.
Okay.
So
Retreat.
a twig creature lashes out and catches Tados on his muscled thigh and like rips a little hole in him. It's just,
Oh,
like,
this
scratching.
is what had happened.
That's the one guy that hurt you. And so the 2 that are around Graham continue to try to batter at him. Nice. That's a 22 and 12.
So 1 hits, and I'm going to use my reaction after
Okay.
it damages me.
So you take 5 damage.
Okay. Oops. So I'm at 14 health. Oof. And they have to do a dexterity saving throw.
Great. 3.
Perfect. It takes 2d8 lightning damage or thunder damage, but I don't think it's going to matter because we'll say lightning actually because I don't know. So 2d8. I guess I roll that, yeah.
Yes.
So 8 damage.
Yeah, a lightning bolt from the sky just comes down. So the little twig like lashes out at you, and then you kind of look at him mean, and lightning comes from the sky and just explodes him into like a shower of bark.
Perfect. And I can do that 3 times, so.
Cool. Top of the order, it's Leah. So she's just standing in the middle of like a bunch of kind of dead, sleeping dudes. So she's going to use her scimitar, I think, or is Firebolt a better use? I think Firebolt. She's going to use Firebolt to hit these guys one at a time. Hopefully not waking them up before she can kill them. So that's going to hit for sure, and it's a D10, I believe. Oh, I was going to roll for you guys on Invictus, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so that's 14 damage, and it just explodes.
All 3 of them?
No, just one of them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Quintus.
All right, so I see one of them is still attacking Graham, and I'm going to take my spear and just start stabbing in the mud as I'm screaming, because these things have been freaking difficult to hit for me for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, and I rolled a 4.
Oh my god. You are not rolling well today.
These freaking things are just too hard to hit.
You're just getting out all the bad ones so that when you roll for the witch, it's going to be good.
Well, I had a good game last week, so I can't complain.
That's right. That's right. Do you want to do anything else?
I'll continue to curse and swear at it.
Good.
And this entire time I'm stabbing the ground, but of course I'm not hitting anything.
Yes. Tados, you have one guy. Don't you?
Tados still has one
He
more,
was
yes.
muted.
Yeah.
So it grabs around my muscular thigh, and I reach back and I pull it off. And as I do that, without even thinking about it, my sorceric instincts. Is that a word, sorcerer? My instinct.
Sorceress?
Sorceric.
Sorceric.
Sorcerer?
Sorcerian instinct. Casts
Caesarean?
shocking Sorcerian shocking grasp. So let's roll that for whether I hit or not. And it's a 5, so I'm guessing not.
Nope. I mean, you add your...
I have no luck with shop. It goes...
You add your spellcasting modifier to your attacks.
Oh, right. So 10.
The
Yeah,
swamp
still-
is too
You
damp.
still don't hit, but...
Yeah. It's like this.
Damn wooden creatures.
Okay. Graham. There's
All right,
one dude on you.
Sacred Flame. I will cast. He has to do the
Quintus is like trying to shish kebab him,
Yeah.
and it's not working.
So it's a dexterity saving throw for y'all.
Okie dokie. That is a 9.
Oh, good. 13 versus 13. So 1d8 damage. Radiant, if that makes a difference.
It does not.
Okay. Fuck. 2. Yeah, 2.
Yeah. So you blast half of his body off.
God damn it.
Next up, we have the blights. The one around Tados takes another swing.
Swing at me, little creature, fiend fucker.
16 to hit you.
Fuck me.
Oh my god,
fucking
and I
kidding?
keep rolling max damage on you too. That's 5 damage, my friend.
Holy shit. Okay.
Are you
You're
at 10
like-
hit points now?
I'm gonna have to run away.
He's just like bleeding.
Oh, you mean like I suggested?
He's just like scratching your leg to like ribbons.
It's head attendant and an artery. I'm really bleeding out here.
Yes. You start screaming a little bit. And the one at Graham rolls 12. I presume that misses you, Graham.
Yes, it does.
All right. Leah tries to incinerate another sleeping blight and misses. I think her spell just kind of fizzles on the tip of her finger. Quintus, what happens next?
Oh, I'm sorry, I just got back. I've been in a white rage as I've been trying to hit this thing, and I need a recap. Is the one in front of me still alive?
Yes.
Alright, well, I continue stabbing at the ground.
Stab it.
Oh my god, a 5.
Wow.
Total
So 11
5?
total. 11.
Oh, you miss.
Well, I've done 2, I've done 3, I've done 4, and I've done 5. One of these days.
That's a straight flush.
That's a straight flush right there. How
Yeah.
lucky is that?
Great.
Man.
Great.
That's
Very
alright.
good. Tados,
I
you
run.
have 3 hit points.
Get to me because I can
I
heal
pull
you.
my leg. I pull my leg from the thorny, branchy thingy, and I sprint towards my friends.
Okay.
Wait a minute,
As
hold
far
on.
As far as action
Yeah.
economy, are you going to disengage and run your
Don't.
maximum speed, or are you going to sprint without disengaging?
I'm gonna disengage.
Okay, so it will not be able to take an attack of opportunity against you, but you can only move once for your total distance. So it's
Okay.
30 feet probably.
I think yes.
Okay.
Which does not get you to me.
No.
You're halfway there.
And how much health do you have, Alex? Are you updating it on whatever?
He's got 3 hit
I-
points.
Yeah, I can't update it that fast because it's not letting me.
Okay.
It's saying
3 hit
can't update
points.
that fast. 3.
Jesus.
3. Under 3.
Great. Next up, we have Graham.
And I will do Sacred Flame, so dexterity saving throw. Actually, fuck. Yeah, he's disengaged, so... Oh, but he didn't run that far. Fuck, do I run to Tados and heal him? Or do I...
I'll get
But I
this
would...
guy eventually.
No,
No.
but you know what? I would still have to... I would have to waste the action to disengage so I didn't take a hit. So I might as well just finish him. So dexterity saving throw. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame again.
19.
Oh,
Rude. What are these
These
things?
is a really fun game. These are
What
called
are these
twig
things?
blights.
Twig blight.
hold on. But what's the non-meta? Because I'm trying to take notes. I wrote plant creature.
Yes, they're like bramble,
Okay.
bramble sprite. I don't know.
Okay.
Ramble on. Frustrating.
So you aim a magic laser beam at it, and it just jumps to the side. This one's especially
Apparently.
vivacious. It tries again to stab you with its little questing spines.
Joe is so cheating. That's
For a 9?
Yeah.
Megan
Oh, another 20.
says. She misses.
I
mean-
didn't roll any 20!
Too late. You missed. Can't do it. You
If you guys
missed.
want me to roll in front of the screen, I'll do it.
No.
No, we don't
afraid of
cheat.
y'all.
It's okay.
Joe.
Cheat.
We're just frustrated with.
So
luck.
that's a 9 to hit, and they miss.
Yeah.
And then the one that is menacing Tados moves 20 feet, so it is trailing behind you by 10 feet.
Boink,
Yes, that's still too far.
boink, boink.
Too far to do any damage. That is.
It spent both. Wait, it spent both of its turns moving.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It took 1 movement action.
Good.
Okay, so Leah is gonna try to kill another guy. And she hits for another 14 damage and murders it. There's one sleeping
Nice.
blight at her feet.
Way to
Quintus.
go.
All
There
right.
are 3 blights remaining. One is asleep, one is half dead and in front of you, and one is chasing Tatus towards you.
I am in a complete rage now, and I pull my spear back,
You're like
eyes
sweating.
wide. I scream, ah! And I kick it. I just try to punt the thing. I know I'm taking not as good of a roll, but that's what I think I would do. I'd try to kick the thing as far as
Okay.
I could.
I
Fair
mean, you're proficient in unarmed attacks, so it would still be your strength plus your proficiency bonus.
Oh,
24.
good.
Nice. And
24 to
roll 1d4 plus your strength modifier.
What's your strength? Oh, then we're good. We're dead
Oh,
because
sorry.
it's 2 health.
It's 7 points of damage.
Yeah, you kick it to smithereens.
And then smashes against a tree.
Damn, Quintus, that was a bitch.
Impressive. I say
Was
as I run
exactly.
As you're like coughing blood.
Yeah, Tados, you're 30 feet
So-
away.
And I see Tados. I see
Graham.
Tados running towards me. I'm going to use my move action and get between him and
Oh,
creature.
good. Yeah, good thinking.
Come here! Get a taste of my boot!
Okay. So Quintus runs just up to Tados, basically, after demolishing this one twig monster. Tados, what do you do?
I'm holding my legs because they're bleeding out, and I could feel the blood pulsating from
And
my
you're running,
thighs.
so it's like even
And I'm running.
more. Yeah,
I'm kind of
bleeding.
limping, so I'm putting pressure on the wounds.
Yeah.
First Aid 101. And I'm limping towards Graham.
I'm sorry, Graham. You're right. I should have pulled back, but I didn't want to.
I'm like, just get to me. It's all right. Come quick.
And I do, and I run the 30 feet.
Great.
And I collapse on the ground in front of Graham.
Okay. So you are now prone.
Why would you do that? Don't get on the ground.
Doesn't matter, really.
I'm not really
It's for
prone.
the
I'm more
story.
kneeling.
Fine, as long as you don't punish him, that's fine.
No, do you think I would?
Oh, you
Graham?
collapsed, do you?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
well.
You sink into the mud. You
Yes.
take 1d4 poison damage.
Joe's like, you think I would? Yeah, you would. You'd be like, well, you said you were prone.
No.
All right, good night, guys.
All right,
ya.
is it my turn now?
Graham, what do you do?
Perfect. Cure wounds. So 1d8 plus my spell casting ability is wisdom, right? So 1d8 plus 3. There's no benefit that I can get from the community to add like a d8 or something like that, or I don't know, something that I can take XP wise, maybe automatically max. All right, let's hope for an 8.
Why don't you roll 2 d8s and take the higher?
That sounds fair, and that'll be an XP from someone in the community.
really
So
nice.
whoever wants to help.
Did anyone donate?
2 people offered to donate, so I'm sure
Okay,
it won't be an
so
issue.
the first one who wants to post and give Graham advantage on his healing roll.
Yes, I mean it will be for
Healing roll for
Tados.
Tados.
I mean,
Yep.
it'll just be the amount, not even the success. So here we go. Come on, an 8. 6. So you get 9 points back.
A 1 and a 2.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm back up to 12.
that's one of my spell
Graham, you
slots.
have a movement if you want to take it.
Yeah, I'm going to. I guess I can't, as a movement, move somebody else as well, right?
No, that's like an action.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
like pick someone up.
Oh, Megan gave it. Thank you so much, Megan.
Thanks, Megan.
You're the best. Well, I mean, you helped Tados, but he says thank you.
So a
okay.
voice from the sky whispers to you, Graham, you can do this, and you feel empowered.
Oh. And I'll do that, and then I will. How close is the farthest one now, or the closest one I should say?
About 30 feet from, 40 feet from you, ish.
Okay, so we have time, so that's fine.
It's
So I
right up with Quintus.
okay, so I helped Tados. Sorry, I meant of the other ones.
There's only one more, and it's asleep at Leah's feet.
Oh, then never mind. I helped Tados to his feet.
Cool. The twig blight moves towards Quintus and
Come here. Come on.
attacks him. It's like full of Tados's blood.
Blood, yeah. Which is not poisonous.
No.
And I've
13?
Right.
been clean
How much?
13?
all my
That's
life.
not enough to hit
But
old
lashes
Quintus.
out at you with little needles. And it missed.
Smack it off my shield.
Leah is just like having a lot of fun lighting some shrubs on fire. She misses this one though.
Oh no.
Yeah. Her spell fizzles again. Quintus.
All right. Do I use my spear or do I use my boot?
I think your boot's really good.
I might do it again. That was kind of fun, actually. I'm thinking as I swing my leg towards it and I get a 16 to hit.
Yeah, you hit.
All right. Let's see how far. I'm going for a record here. Watch this. 7 points of damage again.
Yeah, you smash it to bits.
Nice.
Congratulations.
It just flies in.
Put your spear away and kick the things to death.
Leah's going to, at her leisure right now, because the blight's not going to wake up, just fire. Yeah, she hits it. And that's almost max damage. 18 points of fire damage.
Fantastic.
So it is dead.
Okay.
And we are out of initiative.
Okay. So you two are still full health. I've lost about 10 points, and he's lost a bit.
I'm now down 13 points.
Okay, so
From
I mean, a short rest is what, an hour?
Yes.
And the hag's not out yet, obviously. I feel like maybe a short rest is smart.
We
at
have
this point.
made quite a lot of noise, I will say.
Element of the surprise is definitely lost.
But we can take some time for sure.
I don't know. I'm just thinking, again, it's an hour, which isn't that long, and ultimately the hag would be on us right now if she wanted to attack us here and there, or if she could, I feel.
Leah marches over to the three of you. She's like brushing ash and mud off of her robes. She's like, that was amazing. Oh my god. Tados, are you okay?
Yes, Leah. I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
You look awful.
Oh, I always look awful, apparently. But
No,
never
don't
mind
like
that. Never mind that. I'm feeling just fine. It's just a flesh wound, really.
I'm
So
glad you're all right, Tados.
Do we
And-
need to sit down
Thank
for a
you.
minute?
yes, I wouldn't mind
Nice.
catching my breath as well. I lost 10 hit points myself.
Yes. Thank you, Graham. I'm sorry that you had to help me. You're right. I should have listened to you right from the get-go.
That's all right.
So we can kind of make like a tidy escape, walk for half an hour somewhere discreet maybe and take a short rest.
Do we have to?
Or-
Can we just do it right here?
Yeah, we can just sit down outside of this like mound of creepy earth and like have a little nap.
Is that what a short rest is? I figure it's just
No,
like
a short
sitting.
rest is just an hour of doing nothing, not
Yeah.
adventure.
I figure we'll still be sort of ready should she pop out. I mean,
Yeah.
my
yeah,
fear
and if
would
she
be
pops out before the hour, then we jump up.
yeah.
Okay.
I think okay, so I'm going to roll. So you can roll a hit die and then see and then roll another. You don't have to roll all of them at once or whatever, right?
That's right. Yeah. So they're a resource. We each have 3 of them as level 3s. We can expend them as we will on
Okay.
a short rest.
And I add my. What do you add to a hit die? Your constitution.
Your constitution.
Perfect.
And I believe Quintus, did you take any damage?
Nah, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. 9. You know what? Then that's I probably only use 1. Well, I guess after. Well, I'm sure 1 hit point, but I mean.
Yeah. Tados, are you gonna roll hit dice?
Yeah, so I have 3d6, right?
Did you roll a d20, Harlan?
Oh, sorry. No. D8.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
hit dice 9.
Call me cheat after I call you a
11.
cheat.
And you get to add your constitution modifier to each of those rolls. So you said you have a +1
11.
con?
I have a +2
Great.
to each of the rolls.
Yeah.
So I'm back up to full health.
You didn't have to use all 3.
Don't
You could
even
just use 1, add it, 2nd, add it. But I mean, it doesn't. I guess we're not going to do another short rest before attacking her anyway.
Does it make any difference? Can I only use that once or anything?
Yeah,
Like, why
these
would
are...
why would I?
Once you regain, once you take a long rest, you regain all of your hit dice back. So now you have 0 to spend, whereas Quintus and I didn't use any, so we still have our 3 hit dice.
And I only used 1, so I still have 2.
Yes, it's just like a little reserve of hit points that you can use as you will on a
But
rest.
for you, so the logic, how many points were you down?
I was down 13.
13. So it wouldn't have made that big of a difference anyway. Because you probably
I didn't fully explain it to you, so if you didn't want to use that last one, you can keep that.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, because he rolled a 6 plus 2 would have brought you to 8, and then you rolled a 3 plus 2 would have brought you back to 13. So you probably would have saved
That's
1
what
die.
I mean. So,
Yeah.
so we'll leave you
Yeah.
with 1 more hit dice.
Okay, that's appreciated then. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I thought those are just you use them as you wish. Okay. And now I know.
So, as the 4 of us sit on the muddy ground in this awful swamp, we watch the sun climb behind some clouds higher into the sky. We help Tados sort of bandage his wounds, and
Thank you.
Graham uses his medicinal abilities to sort of staunch the bleeding and,
Yes.
all
Really,
that shit.
when I say that they were only flesh rooms, it appears that they really were.
What's a flesh room? Is it like a mushroom made of flesh?
Yes, well, that's what happens on tieflings. They get flesh rooms, not flesh wounds. Bubbles of blood and
That's spooky. I don't like that.
flesh rooms.
All right.
Quintus is shaking his head as he looks at Drew Allen, his spirit. He's like, I'm very ashamed of you. Ah, no, it's not your fault. It was me. I shouldn't have used you.
I think it was just the way that the twigs were moving, like not good spear material.
Nay, definitely not. Lesson learned. Just glad we got through it.
So we spend the hour sort of like recovering, and an hour
maybe-
passes. Nothing.
And maybe reassessing how we're gonna approach this.
Oh fuck yeah! I get to use my arcane recovery, so I regain that spell slot back.
Oh, nice.
I can do that on a short rest. As a wizard,
As a
So-
wizard.
Julie, as a
Clearly-
wizard?
You're a
There were,
wizard,
like-
Leah.
there were like lightning bolts and fire bolts and like divine strikes from the sky happening, and there's nothing is.
This would have been a
happening in
great
terms of
LARP,
A
I'll be
hovel.
honest.
Yeah. So I guess knowing that, we should just approach the hovel. I mean, ultimately, doesn't seem to be that.
Scorching ray.
Yeah.
It may even be
Yeah.
just a big pile of dung.
It
I
could
haven't
be.
seen the door yet.
That is one big
No.
pile of shit.
That seemed almost like a protective sort of. The way the plants attacked us was sort of a protective sense. I think that there's something in there for it to be protecting.
Could be the birthing pod of this creature. As we know, the hags consume the baby, and then they give birth to the next one.
And
Maybe
with-
this is some sort of womb.
That's true.
And with that, I pipe up and say,
This is where we'll use the lure. Let us bring the witch out to us. It's been an hour. Maybe she thinks we're gone.
Big fight, but I'm sure she's forgotten. It's been an hour.
Yeah.
well, I'm
Is
gonna.
that a baby?
I almost gonna do it in my chaotic self. I
Go
will.
for it.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna
Do
cast
it.
thaumaturgy.
It's a cantrip, right?
It's a camp trip.
Yeah.
It's a camp trick.
And
That's a
then
really good baby.
That's a really
thanks.
good baby.
It's good.
So 30 feet away from us, towards the, was it hovel?
Yeah, or hill or whatever.
This-
There's lots of H words.
This sound
Harlan?
of this child emanates. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not at us; it's 30 feet in front of us. So somewhere between the hill and us, this child's cry emanates from the ground.
And it echoes
Yeah.
in the swampland around us, and the
Yeah.
sound disappears.
It's almost creepy.
It is very creepy.
Now we wait.
Didn't seem to work that much. We'll wait like 5
How long
minutes. or
do we
10
wanna
minutes.
Yeah.
Probably 10 minutes, and nothing happens. I say we approach.
Nothing happens.
Let's
Let's
approach.
kick the door down.
Yes, and we move
Let's.
towards the hovel.
Graham, perhaps you should take 10 feet, 15 feet in front of us.
Sure. Yes. Why?
For your action, your spell that could cause us all damage.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
it Yeah.
the big area spell that you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, it caused me damage too. As long as you don't go ahead of me, it would cause me damage, wouldn't it?
Thunderwave?
Yeah.
No.
Or sorry,
it's
I mean
like
shatter.
if you cast it on yourself, because there's like characters like enemies ringing you.
Yeah.
If you're the center of the spell, then yes, you would take damage.
Right. So yeah, I would
You
keep
could like
distance.
make the center of the area of effect happen away from you, though, up to 60 feet, right?
Oh.
That's
that
how
makes-
shatter works.
Right. A point
Yeah.
of your choice. For some reason, I was thinking of a
Oh,
person.
right. I was
So that's
thinking on the
perfect.
person too.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. Okay. So yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so
no.
let's all go together. Okay. Sorry.
Let's link arms.
So, this hovel is a 40-foot diameter, as I said, hump of dark ground that's covered sparsely with marsh grass. It seems to be, as we were walking all around it, fairly sturdy. The perimeter of the hovel is totally unblemished with hole or aperture. There, as what?
No, sorry, I'm reading comments.
As Graham had saw earlier, there's this stump growing seemingly out of the top of this hovel. It's broken and weathered.
Is it? I will climb up the hovel. How sturdy does it
Okay.
feel?
Feels really sturdy.
So I will. Yeah, I'll climb up it.
Okay. The top of the hovel has got all of these like long ropey pieces of something. Make a medicine check for me.
Oh fuck! Finally,
Medicine check.
something I'm good at. Oh no! Oh,
What?
I was good and I rolled 4, so 9.
These are entrails of some kind.
Oh, so I do know. Perfect. I have like my highest is like perception and medicine and insight. I never use medicine. Entrails of some kind. Perfect. So they're probably
Yeah.
more soft.
Yeah, they seem to be kind of decomposing. Some
Can
of
I
them.
cast Sacred Flame on them?
Yeah. They burn up and it smells really bad.
Does it reveal like a hole, or this is just like the top?
It's just
Somebody
like kind of
cooking something?
decoration.
Ah, okay. Smells
Something
really bad
that's
for us,
very
really good
sweet.
for Tados.
Yeah.
Very sweet scent. It's delicious.
So Graham is
this-
kind of tramping around and like lighting fire on the top of this hill.
And the
What
stump.
do Tados and Quintus do?
Oh, I just want
sorry.
what the stump is. That's all. Is it hollow?
It doesn't seem to be. Roll an investigation check.
Not as good. Investigation.
Hello.
0, but a 15.
Yeah. So you can determine that there seems to be kind of a false like piece of bark on this tree stump that if you like move it, you actually reveal an entrance.
How does that?
Uh,
How big?
it's
So
like-
it's like a big trunk then.
yeah, it's like a big tree.
Perfect. Okay, I was thinking like for some reason I was thinking like a chimney.
No. And so as you investigate this hollow tree stump, you reveal this hidden entrance. You just kind of like peel this bark back, and immediately you hear the distant sound of a baby crying.
The distance end
Oh.
The distant sound of a baby crying.
coming from what I've just revealed, or from like out in the woods.
No, from like within.
Ah. And we're gonna go to the mid-game post based on that awesome little twist. Sorry, that was a good opportunity, right?
No,
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought you were
And
gonna
you heard a baby crying.
Yeah, time for the mid-game post, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It's a time where we stop the action and we jump over to the Facebook group, or not the Facebook group. Now we do it on the Discord channel, and we ask a question to reward the mid-game post. So, wow, this is getting intense. And we have a good question today. So if you look below the episode 8 spending XP, below that it says mid-game post. We have a question for you. So answer this question, and whoever gets it right, we're gonna roll. And if you get it right, you'll get XP that you can spend in this game. Please. The question is, what is the name of the missing baby? And if you paid attention, you should know. Or if you read Graham's compendium, you should also know because it's in there. 2 sources that you could find this out. The compendium is going to be bad for a mid-game post. It's just going to have all the answers in it.
all the tips and tricks.
I'm looking at it right now. So put your answer in the mid-game post slot, and we'll see. How's everybody enjoying themselves tonight? Everybody having a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having
Good
a great
times.
time.
Good times. You guys, I was proud of you that you killed all those twig blights.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. They were like,
Leah did too.
it was a little more of a struggle than I think it should have been.
Really
Yeah.
frustrating for the big bad damage dealer is just like having a really hard time.
Yeah,
Well, you're
hitting
getting all your
it.
shitty rolls out of the way for the hag.
That's right.
that's right.
That's how
That's right. Well,
probability works.
I don't know. I've kind
It
of
is.
balanced out a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fine. I'm excited. I'm excited to.
Everything's gonna be.
I just hope it. Never mind.
We hear some baby crying.
Yeah.
It might not be Lotus Knee. I mean, it might not be the baby.
Maybe it's the hag and she's doing her own
trick on us. Wouldn't that be funny if it's like the thing we were gonna use on her?
Communicate with baby magic.
Yeah.
Just like, but she tricks us. We're like, it's the baby, and she's like, you idiots! You just tried to do it to me.
Yeah.
We're like,
Fucking losers.
oh. We're not smart. Make sure you like the video if you are watching. I don't know how you would.
Good idea.
That's such a weird statement.
I'm gonna
Like-
go do that right now.
Go like the video if,
If
you're
you're
watching.
watching, but if you're
Right
not
now.
watching, don't
you're
like
not-
it.
Don't worry about it if you're not.
So I'm
watching.
saying it's a weird statement because it's like,
It is a
well,
weird
then how
statement.
would they know that?
Exactly. That's why it was a weird statement.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? What did you just say?
Who? Couldn't be. Then who? We got lots of answers.
We got lots of answers.
Well, that's good. I feel less bad then.
5, correct?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, they said blossom, but that's
That's
not
not
really
it. No.
So yeah, 5, but not including the person who said blossom. Blossom was a TV show in the 90s. Whoa!
I never saw that one.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Louie, come here. Mid-game dog.
Mid-game dog. Oh, who's that?
What are we doing? What are we doing, Louie?
Louie. Whoa. Good. All right. So it's just us. Let's do some Terraria streaming.
Yeah.
Hope everyone's
Time
excited
to
for
dig.
Friday.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. What time are we gonna get on? We
Probably
did talk about
8-ish. Depends on when Hen goes down, but probably 8.
that.
He usually goes down at 7:30, but that's why I keep it vague, because it's like could be 8, could be 8:15. Be ready at 8,
That's
everyone.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm good with like, you know.
Most people are pretty patient.
Yeah,
As are
and I'll
you.
get a nap in before.
Yeah.
Before
I mean, you're not patient, but most people are.
I can be. I can be.
Hi, Kendi. Hi, Harlan.
Are we gonna roll a dice?
Yeah,
See
so
who-
we got 1, 2, 3,
Huey.
4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna say 7.
Whoa.
Cool.
Well, are you? Unless you want to give it to Jacob. He has the right first name, wrong last name.
No,
No, really? It's for
Sorry.
that?
but then he just put another bad answer below.
True.
He didn't even correct it.
All right, we'll do a 1d8, but we'll minus 1 on the 8. 4.
Whoa.
So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got Megan. How perfect is that? Because you expend some XP to now you get it back.
There you go. You spend some, you lose some.
I want to stress how much we could use probably some XP coming forward. So keep in mind that just below the episode 8 is the spending XP post.
We had a lot of offers already from people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So make sure to put some more there. I'm also going to have, look at this awesome die that I got now. It's like a body location die. It's like a right hand, left leg, stomach.
That's what I was showing in my intro.
I know. We got 2 of them. And I also got, check this out. This is a weather die. You got overcast, rain, foggy.
Ooh. What's it supposed to be tomorrow?
Well, let's
Don't
find
roll
out.
snow. Don't roll snow. Don't roll
Cloudy
snow.
tomorrow.
That's fine.
Wow,
Yeah, I'm
that's
pretty okay with
what's-
that.
Yeah.
And I got a
I would-
mood die, just in case I don't know how I want to feel.
What's the weather actually gonna be like tomorrow?
Roll me a
now,
mood. Roll me a mood.
I'm happy.
Roll me a mood.
Okay.
Tomorrow
Oh,
it's
look at
gonna
you. You're just as happy, bud.
maybe raining.
It's supposed to rain all day tonight. All night tonight.
I feel like these dies are really good. The mood die is good for NPCs. Like, you're kind of like, this guy is gonna be silly, and he's like, hello.
He's got a silly
He's kinda
left
silly.
foot.
He's got a silly left foot.
Oh, my silly left foot.
He's got a silly head. A silly
descriptor
cloudy
for
head.
Alex.
It's
Langdon
definitely
saw it on
ways you
Academy
can live
too.
when we were kids. You silly head.
You silly head. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Stupid head. Nipple head.
I remember that, yeah.
That was like the best good thing to
Megan,
say.
that XP that you gave Harlan was 1 XP, so you just had the same amount that you had before because you just got one.
You get it back in black.
That's right.
But hit the sack.
Are you picking your nose, Alex?
No. Just picking
Alex,
at it. I'm
you
just
can pick-
picking at my nose.
You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
You can if you sit on them and you hold them down.
Oh my god.
You had siblings.
I don't want to be friends with you.
Nose. Oh yeah, sibling time.
I'm picking your nose.
Let me pick your nose.
I pick my kid's nose.
I bet you do.
Yeah,
Pick your
man.
friend's nose.
I was necking with my honey when her
And my nose got
kinda
kind of runny.
I
Ew.
thought it kind of funny, but it's not.
But it's not.
Oh my God, you guys.
Too good.
Should we go back to it?
Yes, ladies and
Unless,
gentlemen.
Justin, you have a funny snot joke.
I do snot.
Boogers are delicious, actually.
Oh,
Actually, I have one really good joke. How do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it.
I get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, chapters of the Undefeated.
So, Graham, you are peering down into utter darkness.
And I turn back to the others, and I say, I guess I'd climb down a bit, and I'd say, I can hear a baby crying down this. Does it look like a ladder, I guess?
It's like there's actually a ladder.
Okay. And I explain to them. So we
Great.
would be entering the creature's home.
Well, here we are.
I guess we just go for it.
Well, that seems like a bad idea.
Is there anything we can really plan for it? Can we just drop something down there, like some sort of stink bomb?
This is where grenades would be very useful.
Oh yeah, does anyone have a
Aye.
frag grenade?
Listen,
I think no, I didn't.
listen. Did you hear the child?
Yes.
Yeah, we can all sort of hear it now that the door's been opened.
A child.
It's coming from afar or coming from inside?
It's coming from inside and afar.
Okay.
Well, I don't mind taking
inside. Sorry. Do you mean afar inside, like far down, or do you mean like off in the distance behind us?
No, I mean that first
As
thing
well
that
as
you
inside.
said.
Okay, gotcha now.
Right. Anyway, is there any sort of thing that we can plan for this? Make it ultimately a bit. I guess we just have to go in.
Do I have any skills? I mean, this is up to you spell people. I don't have anything. I've got a spear. I could throw a spear down there and hope for the best, but as far as creative solutions go, you guys are the thinkers.
Okay, I have a fog cloud. We could mask our presence. I can make myself kind of blurry for a really short amount of time.
Can you go invisible?
Yeah.
No.
Just blurry.
I'm sorry, I could have learned that, but I decided not to.
I
You
wonder
went
how
with
deep
blurry.
it is down there.
Seems like a useful thing to know. But I guess a little blurry is also
Well, I can
helpful.
still attack when I'm blurry, but when I'm invisible, it ends as soon as I attack. So that was.
I see.
I pick up a clump of dirt
Okay.
and I drop it, something this size, and I
No,
drop it down.
I would stop before you do that. I'd say, hold on.
I do it before you stop me.
Oh my god.
You run up the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just drop it inside, and I listen for how far down it
And
goes.
Graham like, oh, and comes up against your
I
shoulder.
do, and I'm like, you, Tados.
Uh,
You literally the only advantage we had. You just lost
Yeah.
us.
It's like
We
a
have no
second, and
advantage.
then you hear like bloop, plop
Okay.
of
Okay.
something falling into water.
Which is good, but I need to stress how much that you've just given away the
Tados,
fact
you
that
have
we're
dark vision, right?
I do.
Yeah, so you can literally see down into this hole.
Yes.
so frustrating.
Additionally, Graham, while you are like over the shoulder of Tados, you're kind of looking at this stump in a way that you hadn't been
Graham's
when
losing
you were
his
pulling
mind.
the door off.
Yeah.
And you realize that there's a kind of inscription on the
Perfect.
door.
And I'm going to take a second first and say what I fucking need to say to Tados. I'm going to say, Tados, you need to wait with so many things that you do. You walk into a bar and you cast thaumaturgy. You end
That
up
was
being in a
days
mansion.
ago.
Listen to me. I understand why you were interested in how deep this hole was, but any sound we just made above ground, by revealing this door, we've just revealed that it's very possible that the hag had not heard us. By dropping something down, you have eliminated that chance. If you make a decision that reveals our position, make it a group decision. Please. And you can see Graham is like holding back this like anger that we saw last episode that they didn't see, but like, because it would very frustrate me to be like, and drop something down. I'd be like,
And Tados is frustrated at this and is not really reacting and sort of just looking and listening to Graham.
In Tados' defense, chances are I would be the one going down into that dark hole first, being that I can see in the dark, and also that I am able to dodge the most attacks or block the most attacks. And I can go quietly. I would be making
and that's entirely
about 10
fine.
times as much noise going down that ladder as dropping the pebble.
Very
we-
true.
But we could have used Leah's spectre to walk previous, or there's a variety of things that we could have discussed before just dropping something in. It's more my point to drop something in.
I think your point is rather doing something without your prior approval, Graham.
I think it's the group prior approval, but fair enough. The group obviously would have voted me out.
I would like to make a movement that we begin moving down the ladder.
Well, hold on.
will
I do
stand-
want to see this. Hold on. Again, this inscription it revealed itself to us, and I point to it. And
You didn't
can I
say
read
that
it?
as an inscription.
I haven't got to because I was trying to make a point with Tados. But what were we?
Oh,
Is it
that
in English?
changes everything.
There aren't any words. There are no runes. It's an image.
Oh.
It's like a bulbous rod or some kind of oblong shape that's like stippled with protrusions.
Can you show us a picture of it?
I can draw it really quick.
Please.
It's like
Stippled protrusions. Huh? Ah, yes. Stippled protrusions.
this, basically.
Oh. Is it like a map then, maybe? Sorry, hold that again. Is it open at the top?
We're gonna put a couple more protrusions. Like this. But it's just carved into the back of the door that you revealed.
Interesting. That doesn't mean anything to me.
But I'd like to roll an Arcana check. Arcana. You say Arcana, and I say Arcana. You say 7 plus 3, I believe that is.
It doesn't seem to be arcane in nature. You've never seen anything like it.
It could be a map. Perhaps this is only one of several entrances. But I'm unsure. I've never seen anything like this, and there's nothing in my diary of anything of this nature.
I say to the others.
And Leah just kind of nods. Yeah, I don't recognize it either.
Is there's a ladder going down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so as you look down into the hole, Tados, and also Quintus, because the two of you have dark vision, you can see that there is like, the ladder is made of like slimy old tree branches. There's some like moss and like algae and stuff a little bit that's like growing on the wood. And below you can see water.
Now, my first inclination was that I go first, but this ladder doesn't look like it'll support my weight, potentially. So maybe we should send the lightest member down first.
Oh, but I can't see in the dark.
She doesn't have dark
That's
vision.
true, that's true. Alright, well, let's just
So,
hope the ladder holds and that we're all
I
okay
guess-
when we reach the bottom.
Yes. Or we could do a mix of both. I am more lightweight than you, Quintus, and I can see in the dark. Dare I go first?
And I look at Graham.
Drop another clump of dirt first. Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Are you much
wait
lighter
for
than
you.
him?
Are we talking in whispers? Are we trying to do this stealthily, or?
Doesn't matter now. I mean, ultimately, I think
think-
the community made some good points too. I think they probably would have heard anyway.
Yeah,
You called down lightning, like.
I know. Well, but also we didn't hear the baby crying until it opened the door, and I was standing on top. So to me, that says there must be some. That was my logic. Anyway, yeah. Tanos, if you feel lighter, then.
And
Well, you know what? It won't matter. We all have to go down anyway, right?
almost like a squirrel, I scramble down head first.
I forgot.
Going-
We're like thinking about the order though. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
going down the ladder head first. You know, my feet hanging on with my toes.
So like a
You know,
lizard.
I can
jeez,
I
that's
can do
awesome.
it. It's just what my tiefling nature, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I guess
like
I'll
that.
go down close behind him.
So you're both on
So-
the ladder at the same time.
Oh no, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea.
So
Thank
as
you,
I
Leah.
go down and I reach the bottom head first, you know, and I look straight down, so like this. I see a puddle below me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then as I come closer, to the bottom of the ladder, does it open up or is it just a puddle at the bottom? That's it.
You realize that this whole room is flooded.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
It's maybe about 6 inches deep, directly underneath the ladder.
Okay.
Harlan just had a real big problem with that.
So disappointed because,
What's that?
well, before we leveled up, because we were entering the swamp, I took create or destroy water. And I was like, this is going to come in handy. I'm like, I'm going to get... But then I fucking changed it up because we leveled up. I wish I kept it. Because it would have been so cool to be like, boom,
so
water
many
gone.
things. I thought, oh, I
So-
had invisibility.
So disappointed.
But then I didn't do it.
So, it's the water is only like 6 inches deep in this room, or so it appears from where you're hanging right now. The floor is kind of pebbly. There's like dirt and rocks. It's
But
pretty
it's
uneven.
underneath water.
Yeah, so it's not like paved or anything, but there's like, this much water.
And then below it,
in the
pebbles and
room.
rocks.
Yeah, and then you can hear the sound of a baby crying sort of echoing around the room. And there are a couple of exits off of this room. It's really unevenly shaped. Seems like maybe this could have been like a natural sort of like erosion almost in the earth that was enlarged in places. But there's two major exits from this room that you're in.
So I just reach up, down, and dip my finger in the water and smell it.
It smells kind of foul.
Poopy
They live like dirty beavers in this weird pity thing.
It's such a Canadian thing to say, right?
Beavers.
Also a
In
sexy
this-
thing.
in this-
Ew, dirty beavers?
That's
All right,
I don't get it.
depends on what you're into.
And so I whisper back up the ladder.
There seems to be water down here. Does anybody having a destroy water spell?
I do. Oh, damn.
And so I step down, hands in the water first, and then put my feet down and look around.
Mhm.
And so I see doors going off in other directions.
They're not doors. They're just like
Doorways. Sorry.
tunnels. Yeah.
Yeah. Tunnels.
And you have 60 feet of dark vision beyond which it sort of like dims into like
So-
gray and blacks. So you can sort of see that the cavernous like the tunnels, they sort of twist and turn. Like you can't see the end of the two of them that are leaving the room. And there's like this kind of a pillar in one area that seems to be supporting the roof of the hovel, and then apart from that you have like the roots of the tree that are kind of like piercing through the darkness all around you, so it seems to be sort of supporting the mound from inside.
Does it look like the drawing you did for us?
No.
Okay. So it opens up. Because I was going to say it's only 40 feet across, that mound.
Mhm.
But this is bigger than that.
Yeah, I'll sort of do like a rough sketch for you.
Yeah.
What you're looking at right now.
That'd be appreciated. Thank you.
Like, this is the room that you're sort of in.
Okay.
You're like in the center. It's maybe 35 feet across at the wide
Okay.
points, and then there's like
Okay.
two sort of tunnels off to the side.
Okay. So I holler up quietly.
Come down. It seems to be safe here. And I'm not really comfortable here alone. I can hear children crying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm on my way.
I think, yeah, we'll probably all make our way down then. I mean,
Okay, one by one. Are we using some illumination, or are we trying to be stealthy here?
for now,
I'll wait till the others come down to discuss it.
I'm
don't-
not too worried about being seen yet.
We've got the light from the hole above too, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Graham and Leah can see just very dimly everyone's form, and then these sort of ghostly, like, tree roots, like, piercing down through the room all around us.
And I want to roll an insight on that baby crying to hear if I can sort of
Definitely.
suss out what it is.
Good idea.
That was not my idea, it was a community's idea, and I fucked it up anyway.
How could you?
I know. It was a good idea, too. Sorry, guys. Even though it was your idea, I should have used your advantage.
I will say that even with you rolled a 7 plus whatever you have, that you can tell that there's a lot of distress in this voice.
Okay.
What do you want to do? It's really dark in here, guys.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I cast a dancing lights
Okay.
cantrip, and
Megan Harlan. I can hear the tone. Why'd you fuck it up?
yeah, and so I think I make 4 orbs that float around us,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of continue in a moving circle around us, so that there's constant light all around us.
Great.
There. How's that?
And just
much
for picture sake, description sake, you see the light bouncing off the waters too. So it's almost like there's 8 lights bouncing around us. It's a very cool. Yeah, we're standing in 6 inches of water.
It's very uncomfortable. I've got bare feet though. Cool. It's cool in foul water. Which way do we go?
With the light now illuminating, can I see with my passive perception anything maybe in the water, anything of note that's like sort of in this room?
Nothing apart from what I described to Tados, which you now see, the 2 main corridors kind of leading off to either side.
Okay.
Do we know which one? Is it decipherable which one the sound is of the baby's coming from?
Yes. It's coming from the northwest.
So the left one.
Yeah.
So
I sense that the baby's crying is coming from there. Do you sense the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of echoing all around, but it seems like it's coming from that direction.
I say we go to it. Child crying, it's in distress. It's driving me bloody bonkers.
Well, also, if it's still alive, we can bring it back to her father like we promised.
Exactly.
I'm very nervous about this. We're entering into very tight corridors.
Me too, Graham.
I've got the perfect weapon for tight corridors.
I don't.
Feet! Your really big feet! Stomp!
That's right. I'll stomp on anything that crosses our path.
Yeah.
You look stompable right now, I say to you.
The mood here is very light for this for where we are.
Let's not crying baby. All right. Let's go.
It's possible that the
Towards
baby
it.
is. It's possible that this baby is the birth, the new creature too that the hag is giving birth to.
Very true.
So if we're planning on moving towards the corridor, it's going to get kind of narrow. We're going to be able to go 2 by 2 at like the densest if we wanted, or we can go in a line. I just like to know what marching order we're looking at.
I'll go steady first.
Yeah.
Well,
You guys are behind me, then I'll take whatever attack comes first.
Problem is though, the minute we get that, then I can't cast Shatter. Although I guess in this area, it's probably
you
not.
can.
Well, but I mean, then it would engulf.
No, remember you can cast it up to 60 feet away.
Yeah, but I would need to. Yeah, but then I mean,
You can
unless it
cast
opens
it
up
over
really
a shoulder.
big, it's gonna be tough. Oh yeah, no, for sure that. I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be tough to judge it.
Yeah. Don't forget it shatters rock too. So I mean, if we explode the total side of this structure,
Shatter
blow it up.
cavern.
Let's just cast it now.
Cave in the whole place and call it
Yeah.
a job well done.
yeah.
We could. All
Hey,
right.
we do.
Can they do that?
So you
Whatever
want to
we
take?
do, I'd prefer to go quickly.
Okay, so you take the lead with. I guess Leah's the other melee, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And then Tados and I bring up the rear, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
So it goes Quintus and Leah side by side, and then Tatus and...
Will either of them take any disadvantage to melee by being so close?
No.
Okay.
I'd feel more comfortable if you were behind me, will ya? No offense. I know you can hold your own, but I think I've got better armor than you, no?
Yeah, I guess so.
Also, I can see in the dark, and the flashing lights only go so far.
Okay.
And admittedly, Graham, with my dark vision, I will keep an eye out behind us and almost walk backwards behind you. we never know what could come up from behind. There was
Sure.
that other tunnel.
So do you want me to
All
take the
right.
lead with? I'll take the lead with Quintus then.
I think we're going Quintus, Leah, Graham, Tados in a line.
Yeah,
That
or
would
almost
sure
like, Quintus in the front, Leah behind him, me and
Oh my gosh.
me and Graham beside each other. I'm just facing the other way.
Perfect. We're
I'm
doing
walking
it.
backwards.
Final answer.
Or
All right. Let's do that.
No.
Or on piggybacks.
Yeah. So Quintus, as we begin walking towards the sound of this baby crying, you realize that
Sploosh, sploosh,
the
sploosh.
ceiling is actually getting like lower and lower and lower, and the tunnel is getting deeper, but the water level is staying the same height. So you're like ankle deep, and then knee deep, and then thigh deep, and then hip deep in water.
Am I able to see underwater?
Yeah, I would say you probably have disadvantage to perception.
All right.
And before we get close to the water, I say,
Don't drink the water. It's very foul. These hags probably do their business in the water.
And like as
Oh.
Quintus is up to his, hips in water, Leah's like boob deep.
Boob deep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good point, Tados. I'm quite parched as it is, so I'll keep that in mind. I'll be right back. And I begin ducking my head under the water
I'll go as
and
well.
try to look.
You don't see anything moving in the water.
Can I see the path like continuing?
Yes.
I just want to switch spots with Leah. I'm gonna move past her, and I'm just gonna be like head behind me if that's all right.
Okay, sure.
And I'm going to crouch down and go through after Quintus.
Oh no, I'm not going through. I'm just
You're just checking it
ducking
out.
Oh.
my head down. I can't see how far it goes. I can't see any light in the water.
No.
Illuminated. All right.
So that
Let's
basically
stick my
just
head back
goes underwater to get right.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a tunnel, but the water is
So I say to the
water's
others, I
filling up
say,
this tunnel.
then why can we hear a baby crying? This doesn't make any sense.
does the tunnel go completely underwater, or is there a small space above it?
We don't see the part, like it doesn't seem like the water is going to completely fill the tunnel at any point. It's just like
Oh, it just gets deep. Okay,
filling this room.
then let's keep moving.
So we might be able to squeeze under with air.
Leah's going to start swimming. But
yeah,
if we
that's what I'm gonna do too.
continue moving along this tunnel, eventually her feet hit the ground again, and we are out of this dark water.
Perfect.
I mean, it's back up to like, we'll say it's like a ankle deep, knee deep again, depending on which creature you are.
Well, let's
And
hope it doesn't
we-
do that again.
We come out into a room where the baby's crying is loud and happening all around us.
There's more than one?
No.
Oh.
It's just kind of echoing off
Yeah.
of the sides of this room. The room is very misshapen, kind of. It's like roughly oval, but kind of has these like protrusions and crannies all around the edges. We see kind of stacked up in the water on the one side, there are these really sodden wood crates. There have been shelves, which are just like big pieces of board that seemingly just like slammed over and over again into the side of this cavern until they became sturdy, and there are all manner of things on top of them. What else do we have in this room? Yeah, there's like a couple of cabinets, it looks like. Some of the wall has just been excavated away, and there's like a little chest of drawers that's just been set into the wall. And most interestingly enough, along the north wall of this room, about halfway up the wall, a large like a little tunnel has been dug into the wall. So it starts like halfway up. It's like another one of those shelves, except it goes way back into the wall, very dark for those of us who don't have dark vision. And it seems like there are like fence posts or something that are like making this essentially like a cage that's set into the wall, and this is where the
Okay.
wailing is coming from.
How
Okay.
big is the room? And sorry, first off, is there another exit to this room?
Doesn't seem like it, no.
And how long across, just dimension-wise?
Across, it's like 10, 20, 30, 35 feet maybe.
Okay.
About
It's another large room.
about the same like tall, but then you don't know how far back that like
Don't forget,
cage
I've got
area
dancing
extends.
orbs still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where are you moving those orbs?
They're kind of following us around. They went underwater with us.
How do you move them towards the sound?
Yeah.
As you do, the crying gets so intense. It's just like, like the worst colicky
this-
baby.
Sorry, this is what I'm envisioning roughly, like the room-wise. Is that sort of?
Yeah.
ish?
What's that like? Like that extension coming off of it?
That's what I was picturing you talking about being that tunnel.
It's not a tunnel so much as it's like a big.
I'm picturing like a
Shelf.
catacomb, you know?
But it,
like
but
how
it
they
goes
have,
in
like,
deep then, right?
It's like you might estimate if you get up close to it that it's like 15 feet deep, but then it's like even wider than the room is. Like it's a big enclosure, but it's just like
a little
it's
prison space.
It's very short. It's
So-
maybe it's
baby
maybe
prison.
like 2.5 feet tall.
And it goes
Maybe-
like around
maybe
the
with-
room, is what you're saying.
It's like set totally into the wall and back, like a whole separate room essentially.
Weird.
It's like, and you get up close and you realize that these bars are made of human bones.
Ooh.
And there's just like refuse. You can see a shape like a writhing humanoid figure in the back of this deep cage pit. And it's clearly the baby. It's just screaming in the dark, like filthy.
Crying.
How
I'm
far
kinda
away is it
picturing-
from us?
I'm kind of picturing it like this.
Yes, but it's a little bit like,
Deeper even.
yeah.
And those
Okay.
dots are like
But it's
the-
only. But is it like at like chest height?
Yeah, it's about chest height. So
And there's
I'll
no
draw
way to
from
like get
what
in
my map
as a
looks like.
human-sized person.
No.
And then does it like fall down again, or it stays at that height?
It just stays at that height.
It's a baby prison.
It's like
think of the
this,
size of
sort
baby.
of. Like this is the room that we're in, and
Oh,
then
okay, okay.
that's like the prison-y area.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
But it's all chest height. That's so weird.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a baby prison.
No, I get it. It's just a weird fucking. I've never seen that. It's like this weird. It's like a big shelf, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a baby
Yeah.
shelf.
Okay, that's okay. That's a. That
Why
I
didn't
get.
I just say baby shelf?
I don't know.
Think of like when you said that, I was thinking of like the catacombs where it's like you're walking in a hallway, but then there's like a shelf where they would put bodies,
Yeah.
right? But bigger. Same idea.
Got it. Okay, now I get that. Perfect. I'm gonna roll something perception to make sure that we're not walking into a trap or something. I don't know, or a nature check, insight, investigate. What would be beneficial here? I guess actually first and foremost insight to see if that baby is just a regular old baby or if something's fucked up with it.
A regular old baby.
Well,
That's
regular
kinda
young
regular old baby.
baby. 16.
I ain't no demon baby.
I mean, you are looking at this baby and it's obviously just like so upset. It's like it's starting to try to like roll towards, I don't know. It's very, very young baby.
But it's for sure a baby is what you're saying.
It's for sure a baby. Like your insight roll on this baby is showing you that it's the babiest baby, and it's like it's hungry. Like you know how babies scream when they're hungry. You know how babies scream.
All right.
Pick it up. I yelled at Graham as he walks up to the shelf.
And I'm cautious. I sort of turn to the others and I say, well, I mean, this hag had just led us into its lair to take the screaming baby.
It's a trap, but we must get this baby out.
That's right. We've got to save it.
It's not
And
about not
Quintus
saving it.
moves forward.
And I say, Quintus, is not about not saving it. It's just being as smart about this as we can. First and foremost, I don't know how. we
Leah's
do it.
like, lift me up. I want to see.
And I lift her up.
She's like,
Jeez.
oh my god, that's awful.
Are there any other like bones in the cage from like previous babies or?
No.
You may be right. All right. So, if this is a trap, then the creature has to be somewhere. And if we save the baby right now, then we're putting the baby at risk. Right now, it's at the back of that shelf there, and it's safe.
And I realize something as Quintus says, and I say, you just mentioned something. Why on earth is this baby in a cage? It literally would never be able to leave this place ever. Why bother putting it in a cage?
To protect it from other creatures, perhaps.
But what else could be in here?
Well, I mean...
The place was surrounded by a guard of
could crawl
brambles.
out.
But obviously...
Could drown in that water, Graham.
Hags eat all sorts of babies. Everything from toddlers to teeny tiny uncrawling babies.
No, you're right, Graham. What? Perhaps this is something... This is part of the ritual.
Or
Do you
perhaps
sense anything arcane or magical going on here with this cage? Any traps, perhaps, that are magic in nature?
Did you guys take Detect Magic today?
I did not, but...
I never do.
Yeah.
I didn't take Detect Magic either, but I would have.
I didn't either.
Could have. Well...
I'll roll for an investigation. If that makes sense.
Yeah, what are you trying to investigate? Are you looking at
For
the stuff in
traps.
the room?
Yeah.
You're looking at the cage?
Not the
Investigate is
cage.
specific.
Not the cage. I'm gonna look
Like Graham
around.
was investigating the tree trunk. You know what I mean? Like
okay.
I'm investigating the thing.
Okay, never mind. I'm not going to.
If this is a ritual, what does it need? What does it need for this baby to turn into
What has it been waiting
a
for?
hag?
Yeah. Maybe it needs to die naturally.
Well, she had to
Meanwhile-
eat it.
Right.
Tried to eat it. Why hasn't she eaten it yet?
It's been, 6 days? It's been a week.
7 days. 6 days yesterday.
So obviously,
Ah.
if this baby is still alive, someone's been feeding it, i.e., the hag has been feeding it to keep it alive. And if the hag only needs to consume it in order to birth another, I mean, there's no way. Why would you keep feeding a baby?
Perhaps she's already pregnant.
I'm gonna look around the room for clues. I'm gonna go over to like that shelf and just kind of look through it.
Hey, I'm gonna help Graham out.
Great.
And just say, is this something interesting? Is this something?
Okay. You guys found a lot of interesting stuff in the next, 10 minutes that you're going through this room. You look at the ledges and shelves and cabinets that are lining this room. You find some like weird taxidermied monstrosities, a lot of bones, teeth, some vials of blood. You find 3 potions. You find a book that has a leather cover. On one side, just straight up leather, and on the other side, it is a face.
I would take that book. Well, I'll take all this stuff, obviously, as we're doing
You're
it.
just putting it all in your bag.
I would hand the potions to Leah and say, "Can you understand? Can you see what these are, perhaps?"
I don't. I don't have identify.
I would do to Tados because you used to brew potions, didn't you? He said he did, and he's dreaming right now.
Yeah, that's
Tados
okay.
is just daydreaming. You can literally see him just sitting there. Like
What?
I hand you the potions to see if you can identify them.
Oh, yes. I will be able to identify potions.
And how
Do
many?
you have the spell identify?
He rolled a natural 20.
but I rolled a 20 for Arcana.
Okay.
So it's a 23. And with my although I don't have potion identifier, you know that I have a background in what's it called? What's the word?
Alchemy.
Alchemy. Thank you.
You.
What's that thing that I got? I'm really good at.
Okay, I will tell you that these potions all look exactly the same, and that you're pretty sure that they're either healing potions or poison.
Oh, with a 20, that's what I guessed.
Yep.
A natural 20.
Technically, in D&D, you need to be able to cast
Spell, okay.
Identify on something in order to be able to tell what the magical properties are of a magical
Okay.
item or a potion, or
Fair
you
enough.
just
Fair
need
enough.
to do that. So you either know that they're healing potions or poison, and you can take your chances.
Well,
I'm
it
gonna
seems
suggest
odd to
that
keep
we-
poison on the shelf, but
I'm going to suggest that we take them with us
Yeah.
because they could be either healing or poison.
Both
Both
might
mix
be
could
useful.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
could be,
Jake-
but we don't really know.
The
We don't
vials
want to
of-
poison ourselves.
How many vials of blood were there?
Enemy.
There's 2 vials of blood,
A book and the potions, and what were the other things? Sorry, you said there
some
were...
teeth, some swamp plants, some taxidermied monstrosities, things that look either that they're like naturally pretty fucked up or that they've been kind of roughly sewn together.
I'll take the teeth, and I just want to sort of open the book. Is it written in English or?
I mean, English isn't a language.
Is it written in common?
Common.
It is. Yes,
Okay.
it's a spell book.
Interesting. I will pocket it and
Okay.
put it somewhere. No, I will start looking through it very briefly to see if there's anything that
Yeah.
jumps out about a baby or anything like
No,
that.
but there's a bunch of necromantic spells: Ray of Sickness, Blindness, Deafness, Bestow Curse, and Animate Dead.
Fantastic. I slip it into my bag.
Do you tell Leah about that?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's
That's
funny.
very roguish of you.
I know, but you know what's funny? A, I used to be a rogue, and B, one of the big things when I was deciding to be cleric was I was thinking I was going to secretly double as a necromancer.
Why don't you roll a sleight of hand for me? 'Cause
Sure.
I'm
No,
gonna
no.
roll perception against that.
I'm gonna roll bluff instead because I'm gonna say, oh, it's just it's written in.
Cool.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good bluff.
Yeah,
I
well,
just rolled a fucking natural 20.
a natural 20.
Leah's like, what? No, really?
So
What's
I'll have
in
to
that?
do a natural 20 to combat it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, I have.
Oh, a natural 1.
Nice. You're like, it's
So that was literally your
not
bluff.
a spell book.
I will. Yeah, I'll be like, it's, and I'll very badly bluff. I'll be like, it's just a diary.
It's nothing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's nothing. What are you talking about? And then I put it into my big bag.
She's like, you know that I can learn spells from spellbooks, right, Graham? That's how wizards work.
Yes, no, of course, yes. It's a very scary spell book.
Okay, whatever you say.
And he sort of looks down. What were the
All
spells
this
in it you
time,
said?
the baby is like screaming. Ray of Sickness, Blindness, Deafness, Bestow Curse, and Animate Dead.
Yeah, alright. I hand it to her, then I'd be like, and sort of like begrudgingly. I don't know, it seems like, I feel like as a cleric or whatever, he'd be like,
Yeah. Awesome, thank you. Oh my god! What is with this cover? Is that a baby's face?
Does it look like a baby?
Jesus. Yeah, it's like a little humanoid face.
Oh, maybe she's making
It's like
another dish.
shriveled and like withered looking, like it's leather.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Alright, is there anything else in
Apart
this
from
room?
that, the crates are just waterlogged and full of rotting fur.
Interesting.
Well,
Does anything else in this room, can I, like, smell particularly strong or seem particularly out of place?
I mean, the baby is clearly just being kept in its own filth, which is really sad.
And you know what? I can't stand this crying and screaming any longer. It's getting to me.
Nice.
So I reach up and I pick up the baby.
Okay, yeah, so you just like easily sort of slot out some of the bones from the notches in the wall, and you have to like get in there a little bit to grab the baby, but there's like this squalling little girl. She's like skinny. It's awful.
And I use my clothing to wipe her face off, and so I can, and I reach into my purse, and I've got some bread, some fava beans, and I've got fava beans, and I kind of mush them up in my fingers, and I put the mush in her mouth, and
She doesn't take it.
didn't think so. Okay.
hey, little wee one. Hey, wee little baby. Ooh, it's okay. Coo, coo. I'm gonna try to do. Should I do persuasion or animal handling? How do you deal with crying infants?
I don't know. How do you deal with crying infants?
Does it
I'm gonna
seem
go-
off about the fact that she's not taking the food?
You can roll insight on that.
Definitely will.
Wee little baby.
I think
is
that
it?
would probably be, I don't know, performance or persuasion, either one you
It'll
want
be a
to do.
23 for insight, by the way.
Am I
Yeah,
crackling now?
Yeah, you're crackling.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You would anticipate that a baby would like,
Just looking at it with a 23, is there anything that seems off about this baby?
no.
Other than the fact that it's skinny,
It's skinny and
and it probably
like,
only drinks milk.
covered in filth.
It's like 3 weeks old. I'm going to instinctively make a mad dash for the front door.
Wait, hold on.
No,
there's
don't.
water.
Yeah, let's. I was gonna say. Let's. I was thinking maybe we should do the same thing that we were planning on coming here with, but doing it in reverse. And you said did you say there was a bed in this room?
No.
Is the baby wrapped in anything?
No. The baby's naked.
Well, I take the same cloth we had before and like wrap it in my arms, and I'm like thinking, just to speed for expedience's sake, I'm just thinking someone leave first with a crying bundle to like get out and climb out and see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, because if the hag's waiting for us to take the baby, you know what I mean? Then maybe it'll be like, it's sort of like a bluff first and foremost while the real baby's still behind.
We are
Leave-
pretty much trapped in here.
Ooh,
The other room would be a
Dustin
good
just
spot
had a
for
great
it.
idea. Sorry, I'm going to open one of the vials of blood and just hold it near the baby.
It sort of stops crying a little bit.
Yeah, okay. The fuck does that mean? So this baby wants blood. So it's obviously the creature, I guess? Like, I'm thinking this
You
is the
just
birth...
automatically assume that it wants blood because you hold blood near it?
Here's my thinking. And again, I'll say this, Graham. I was like, we know that the hag gives birth to another hag. Do we know what hags eat? Do you know? I mean, I don't want to do another roll, but like, I don't know if he would have known that. But my thinking is that it's possible that this is the child that will grow into a hag, and she is already lost. At this point, it might be an opportunity to kill it.
Well, no, we do not know that. Perhaps if we took it to the temple, your people would be able to heal it of its affliction if it is a hag, like you say.
Taking a drop of blood and holding it like sort of over the baby's mouth, not letting it drip in just yet, but does it seem to...
It bares its fangs and bites you. No,
Yeah.
it's just like kind of like squalling a little bit.
But it's obviously, again, inside I can roll again, but it's obviously
It's
affected.
not like screaming as much as it used to be.
Does it seem affected by this blood, though?
By the blood? No, not officially. No.
Okay.
It's like
Could it just be liquid that it needs, maybe? Can I give it water?
there's a lot of water around.
I'll give it my own personal water.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of water. It sort of spits up some, but it drinks some, yeah.
Maybe it's just thirsty then. Maybe we're overthinking it.
Yep,
All right.
definitely.
Okay, well, let's leave then. Fine. I will let him run to the door.
So
Well, I do
Carry
think
the
that
baby.
was a good idea. I think if I take the fake baby then that gives
What
you guys a
fake
chance to
baby?
escape.
like I'll
Bundle of
cast
six.
prestidigitation
Mhm.
on like
Oh, okay.
Doing that.
Why
sort of first and
not?
foremost.
I mean, it's not going to affect us in any way.
Let's do
negatively,
it.
really.
I agree.
Let's do it, and let's do it quickly. I
Alright.
can't stand it. This poor child.
You're
so
right. Let's do it.
Tados is carrying the real baby, Quintus is carrying the fake baby,
And
we go back through the tunnel and back up the ladder.
mhm.
So let's go Quintus, Leah,
I'll hang back
Myself.
with the real baby.
myself, and Graham.
Okay.
And kind of go in spurts of 2. So
yeah,
that if... Yeah.
We go back through the water, obviously carrying the baby just above the water. Leah's like swimming back into
You've got your dice in your hand, so I see what's going
Oh,
on.
it's like
Okay.
idly and
Okay.
excitedly rolling. We go back into that entryway underneath the tree, and there doesn't seem to be anything different.
We never checked out that other end of this cavern, though. But maybe a good thing's a good thing.
Checked it. Yeah.
But I guess we'll just leave.
Just go up.
Well, I mean, if we have
and
the baby,
at this point, I say,
Maybe Graham has a point. Graham or Leah, neither of you have dark vision. Perhaps one of you should go up with the baby and wait out in the light of the day.
maybe it'll start burning up when we put it into light. It's like a vampire.
So we go above ground. So it's Quintus with the fake baby, like we planned.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that happens. Quintus, how long are you going to stand there? I think Leah's like crouching at the top of the ladder, like from still being hidden within the tree, and is like casting prestidigitation on you over and over again.
Yeah, that's
Just
fine.
to like stand there, like, got this, baby.
I think we need to get this baby back to town. I mean, we could go and explore the rest of the cave, but why? What's that going to be in a cave? It's just a cave in the middle of nowhere. We're going to find some new bones, maybe some more blood.
Unless this is
We've got to bring this baby back to town, like you said, Tados.
unless this baby is a decoy, and it's not an actual baby.
How would one be able to roll against a and I'm thinking about this as Leah is casting prestidigitation and illusion. We've already used it, and I kind of think I turn to Tados maybe and say, how would you be able to detect whether something was an illusion or not?
It depends. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. You have to be a very powerful magician.
One of the things that this hag, we believe, is doing is creating violent dreams in all of the people in town. That's a very, very powerful reason to do, or a thing to do. Perhaps it's not as hard to just have a baby do the same.
I'm going to suggest that one of you go step outside with the baby and wait there while the other three of us take a look at this other cavern. Because we don't know what we will find.
Like that. The woods and marsh are just as dangerous as down here.
And I have questions that these guys would be able to answer with like illusions, but I don't want to bog it down. But I'm just curious if, like, generally as an illusionist, or like as you're creating something, if you tried to feed it, you know what I mean? Like, what would happen? Like, would it just like fall, or would it?
You can try to discern whether an illusion is true or not. With most kind of illusory magic, interacting with a thing proves whether it's real or not.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
fair
the minor
enough.
illusions that I have in the disguise.
Then
It's
that's all.
pretty strong magic to be totally fooled by something, even when
Yeah.
you're...
Okay.
Yeah, like as soon as you touch it, it doesn't appear to be real.
I would...
Perfect. Okay,
I
just checking.
I don't want to metagame this too much. I would probably be asking you to make like an intelligence roll to try to see if it was fake or not. You know
That's
what I
fine.
mean?
But you're saying if we touched it, that would be enough, and we're touching it, so it's fine.
It's a baby.
Okay. Then I don't know why this creature would let us have it, but ultimately it's I don't think we've tricked it at all. And I'll say that as I climb the ladder, I guess, too. I'd be like, I don't think we've tricked this thing, so.
Well, perhaps we haven't. I believe that it's best if we didn't tell the father about this.
I don't
Let's
think we're
bring
going to
it
make
back
it back
to
to I don't think we're going to make it back to far. Let's try, though. Something seems off.
Let's try to bring it back to town, bring it to your priests. They'll be able to tell whether or not it's a legitimate baby. And we can take care of the hag, because when it finds that the baby's gone, say it went out for scones or something with a friend, and it comes back and finds the baby's not there, it's going to come looking. And we're going to be there ready for it when it does.
Can I try healing the baby? I mean, well, no, let's not worry about that.
Roll intelligence, Graham.
Okay. Come on, good roll, because I don't have anything to plus. Perfect. 15.
You remember another time in your recent past where you were trying to find out the true nature of a creature.
I know, but I don't have that fucking spell. Because I didn't take it. Frustrating.
You guys head up the ladder, and I hand Graham the baby to go up the ladder.
I don't want to take it.
And then you don't? Somebody.
I'll take the baby. I'll take the baby.
Yeah.
So Quintus takes the baby, and as you three head up the ladder, I go into the other tunnel.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a good idea.
So the three of us go and we just stand around on the top of the hovel, or what are we doing while Quintus goes on a mission?
I'll head
with
back
his-
down and go to Tados, you mean? I'll head back down and join Tados.
I'm sorry.
I need to know.
I'm
So
one of these people that when I play a game, I have to hit every room.
Tados and Graham go into the other hallway,
I would
And I
stop him if I
sneak.
could, and I'd just be like, I think this is a bad idea, Tados.
and Quintus and Leah take the baby outside. Is that right?
Yeah.
And maybe you start heading home, but
Quintus and Leah are going to each make a save. We are going to make a deception check, both of us.
Deception?
Yep.
Now, I've got the main baby too now.
I will,
So,
you have both babies. I'm going to roll Leah out in the open for everyone, and my deception is a plus nothing. 11.
I've got the +2, and I rolled a 15, so 17.
11 and 17. Okay. Now let's talk about what happens with Graham and Tados.
Oh, what? We're not going to talk about anything that
No, I'm not going to tell you what happens. Graham and Tados, it's a similar sort of situation when you head off to the northeast tunnel, where things get deeper and deeper water-wise. It doesn't quite come up to your shoulders this time. It's more waist-high. But
And I whisper back to Graham, quiet.
And I'm going to just stay in the tunnel and I'll let him go ahead because there's no sense in casting lights. He can see in the dark.
Yep.
And,
Tados, you come out to a room that's still got about 2 feet of water in it. It's a little bit smaller than the other room. There's 3 big piles of fur and bones stacked on top of some big pieces of rock. They pile up out of the water.
And I'd like to roll to be stealthy.
Okay. Make that stealth roll.
So 11 total.
Okay. So you sort of slosh through the water and you do what?
Look around the room. I see 3 big piles of bones and fur.
Oh, I don't know which check Zia wanted to boost, but we'll talk about that
It was
later.
the deception.
You see 3 big piles. Oh. It's hard because they're lagging behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, you see these 3 big piles of fur and bones.
And anything else? Is there room? The room's smaller.
Yeah.
Is there a similar setup? Is there a cage?
Nope.
Are there desks and drawer, like shelves and
No, there's like 2 feet of water and 3 big piles of looks like you would maybe sleep there if you were really gross.
Okay. Any body? Any movement?
You don't see any movement.
And if I take a big smell?
It smells really gross in here. It smells really foul. It smells like old sweat and probably blood.
Okay. And then I guess I just take a quick. You know what? I'm not even gonna poke around in the nastiness.
Cool.
I say it like that.
And I will wait for him, and then I will nervously head back to the surface.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll tell me what you saw?
Yeah.
And as you say it, I'll stop, and I'll be like, hold on, you said there were 3?
Yes.
3 beds?
It looks to be 3 beds.
So that means 3 possible hags.
Hags.
And I hurriedly head to the surface.
Okay.
But before I pop up, I'm gonna pop to the surface, and I'm gonna see what's up with Leah and Quintus.
Cool. I want everyone but Justin to take out his headphones, actually.
Everybody but Justin?
Yeah, and
Perfect.
I'm just
I
going to
gotta
wave
go to the
this
bathroom.
card when it's ready for you guys to come back on stream.
Okay.
As Quintus stands on the top of this hill, surveying the ground around where Leah and he are standing, holding this squalling child, you hear a voice in your head. And the voice says to you, there's a defect in you, a taint somewhere in your soul.
Well, I do like to drink a little.
No, something deeper.
Who are you? Show yourself.
That name you use, Lancaster. It's a false one.
Hey, what do you want?
Sooner or later, it will impair your judgment. This false idea of yourself.
False idea. You didn't have any idea who I am? Eh? I am a Lancaster. I am.
Oh, this drive to be a hero. Quintus, you don't belong here. Okay, I'm waving the white flag. So Quintus, you hear this in your head, echoing around, and we do hear your responses, yelling about the veracity of your name. Yeah, you don't see anything.
We hear you saying your name?
So as you are climbing up this ladder, you're hearing Quintus. What did you say, Quintus? Quintus?
I am a Lancaster. Who are you? You didn't know who I am.
Yeah.
And I sort of stayed ducked. Not reveal, not pop, and I put a hand to Tados, and I just like...
Yeah, it's good that you did that.
What? What? Why have you stopped?
Stop, will you?
I want...
Oh.
Oh, both of you are still hidden right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Quintus, you don't see anything, and Leah is similarly, like, as soon as she was like, Quintus, what's happening? Are you okay? Quintus,
Did
Quintus.
you hear that too? Did you hear that?
And then all of a sudden her eyes go blank, and she's like, oh my god, there's something in my head.
I don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. They're lying bastards. That's what they are. They're the bastards.
Quintus!
You're all right, Leah. Just stay focused on the present.
And I'm watching this. I'm
Come
assuming.
on, Graham.
Right?
Tados.
Yeah, you see us reacting.
So I'm ignoring it, and I'm scanning the tree line beyond you. I'm trying to look for what the fuck is causing this, because...
Great, roll perception.
Okay, and I do have a natural 20 in perception.
That's passive.
Sorry, I meant my passive perception is 20. So, yeah. So, 13.
I almost want to...
So what happens when my passive is higher than what I roll?
That's just like when you're sort of walking through the woods, the things that you hear and see. If something's gonna try to sneak up on you, you're gonna get the wind of them. The only reason that those twig blights were able to get a surprise round on you is because they have false appearance. They literally can't be detected unless they move. But like if the goblin was trying to sneak up on you and its stealth roll was lower than a 20, you would automatically see it.
I meant to use one of the XPs, but I forgot. So anyway, it was 13.
Yeah, you don't see anything, but you do see your companions sort of casting around, and
I'm gonna
Leah
still
starts
wait.
crying.
You know, well, for all I know, they're going insane, so I'm waiting.
Graham, what do you see?
I turn down and I say, "There's something wrong. Something is bothering them. Just wait."
And then after a few minutes, Leah sort of looks up at Quintus. She's like, "It stopped.
Good.
Is it still here, do you think?"
I don't know, but let's keep our wits about us, eh? And I peer with slitted eyes into the Everglades.
Do you see anything, Graham?
And I described the scene that I've seen, that the two of them were sort of freaking out, that some voice was sort of in their head. I mean, it's so tough to justify to go up and do it, but I guess I will for the sake of story, because me
We
sitting
need
in
to.
a,
We can't.
yeah.
We can't stay in here.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll climb out.
We can't
Roll
dig our
deception.
way out.
Perception?
Deception.
Decepticon? I won't spend an XP.
I rolled a natural 20,
and I rolled
have a plus 5.
And I rolled a 19.
Nice.
25.
Nice.
Okay. So I would like everyone except for Harlan to take their headphones off. And
Really?
again, I will wave this white card.
I'm just turning my volume down, just so you guys know.
That's fine. When it's ready. So Graham, as you come up upon the hovel and you see what's happening to Justin and Quintus and Leah, you hear a voice in your head. Oh, very interesting. Prison, Graham. That was hard for you.
Who is this?
Oh, you feel useless in your adventuring party, that nothing good can truly last, apart from your faith, which you're not even sure you have anymore.
Who speaks to me? Who is this? Reveal yourself.
Oh, what good is a cleric who doesn't believe in God?
Oh, I thought you were just waving at me.
That's what Graham hears.
But I realize that I've seen Quintus like freak out, so I'm not. Alex isn't paying attention. Let's just talk about them. Alex is such a poop face.
He's such a poop face.
Such a poop face.
And Leah as well has been freaking out.
Yeah, so I keep my composure, knowing that I've seen their perspective.
I didn't see you waving that.
That's okay.
So I just look towards you and I kind of say, "There was a voice that spoke in my head and revealed something that I have not said to you."
What, just right now?
Yes, they can read minds. Well, no, that's
yes, I can. And we all hear this collectively in our heads. Tados, this is the first time you've heard the voice.
What the fuck is that?
Can I roll another perception to like look around again, or do I?
Yeah. The tiefling was a hard nut, but I'll crack him.
And I'm gonna use
crack me.
I'm gonna use XP to get a higher to take the advantage.
Okay.
So thank you to whomever is going to be granting that. There's a lot of people that offered. Oh my god! Fuck! What a waste.
I rolled a nat 20 on myself, by the way.
Perfect.
So it will be hard to find this thing.
So
but,
never mind.
Yes, well, I see you visited the women who live here.
Yes, and who are you?
That baby is not yours.
You're right, it's not mine. But it's not yours either.
No, I don't want that baby.
Why not?
I would not invoke the wrath of that woman who lives here, the mother. No.
Oh, the huntress.
Who are you?
Me.
Are you ugly?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'd like to speak with you, Tados.
I'm not sure I want to speak with you,
Let
whoever
me
you are.
To your head.
I don't think so.
And I'm gonna cast Bless.
Graham. Quintus. It wants to get into my head.
I'm gonna cast Bless on all of us.
Okay, what does that do?
Sorry, up to 3 creatures. So I'll do Tados, myself, and probably Quintus.
Cool.
Just adds 1d4 on your saving throws. So any further, I guess,
Awesome.
stuff that she tries to read. I just don't want her to get in Tados' head, I guess.
I can help you.
She wants to get in my head.
I say to Quintus and Graham and Leah.
Yeah, so I blessed you.
She's asking permission.
I know, it was... She already... She spoke to me.
Well, what do I say? Do I let her in?
No, of course not.
No.
You're already talking to her. She doesn't need to know your deepest, darkest secret.
No,
then. You don't need to speak with her.
Thank you, Quintus.
What do you know of this woman that gave birth to this child?
Oh, she's not here right now. But you wouldn't know that. No.
Are you the hag?
Oh. No.
Oh.
And You do finally, Graham, with your passive perception, detect a tiny flicker of movement in one of the trees in the clearing around
And
this
I
hall.
and I say, Shoustus.
Oh, what's that?
Is that who we're speaking to?
Oh, Graham, I'm no necromancer, but you did like his succubus, didn't you? The flesh. You still hunger for flesh.
All right, guys, I'm not sure what's going on here. I can hear this, but I'm not sure what we're all afraid of. Let's just get moving. Obviously, this is something to do with this area. We have the child. Let's get going.
She let us take the child because she was more fearful of the mother.
The mother.
The woman in the hunting party that gave birth to her. Is that what you
She's
said?
dead.
No, she's not. She moved on. Well, they said she was
died.
dead. She really said she was dead, though.
She died.
Oh, that's
They said
right.
She died in birth.
Right. So who are you then?
Oh,
Can I rule? Well, yeah, nothing with that.
I said that you saw a flicker of
Yeah.
movement in the
What did
tree.
it look like?
You see a creature. There's a creature watching you in
And
one
what-
of these trees.
And what's the creature look like?
It has powerful hind legs, very long, sharp claws. It's hunched over a tree branch. It's sort of like it's like perched on one and then like looking over the top of another one at you. Most terrifying is its one giant green eyeball that is just staring you like down.
Are you gonna get
Oh.
mad if I just like attacked it?
It's like up in a tree.
Yeah. Is it 60 feet away?
I mean, I guess so.
I won't. I don't want a replay of the succubus.
Yeah.
Tell us. Who are you? Graham, do you see something?
And I'm not gonna tip my hat just yet. I'm gonna pretend I still don't see. I'm gonna like pretend I'm still looking around and
So roll bluff then.
on the creature.
Yep.
Well, it's got one big fucking eye. It probably sees you see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's got no depth perception.
It doesn't know how far we are. I mean, yeah, okay, sure. Let's try a bluff. I mean, it's not really gonna hurt at this point. Either we'll know or it won't. So, bluff is not really gonna be that good. What is bluff? Deception.
What
Yeah,
is
sorry.
bluff?
So 10.
Baby, don't hurt me.
It says, all I want from you, Graham, is to know if you found anything interesting in the hovel there.
What are you?
Oh, I used to be something very, very powerful. And now I merely want secrets.
For what purpose? Why do you need secrets?
She's a secret eater of some sort.
Why does anything need anything, Quintus?
She feeds off of it.
Well,
Leah,
that's
are you awake?
Were you the one who stole the baby from the tailor?
No. Oh, no. No.
Who did that?
I can tell you. If Leah gives me that spell book. Leah's like, huh? What spell
No.
book?
If you are no necromancer, why do you want the book?
Because I can maybe try to learn.
And I say, you like to learn then, do you?
Yes.
Then I say,
What do you see, Graham?
I will make you a deal then. And I'll look towards the creature now, obviously, and I'll, point to the others. And I reach into my bag and I pull out the history of Duluth that I took from Rowan Estall's mansion. One of the 3 books that you granted me. And I will say, this book houses information of this entire county?
County.
Yes.
Yes.
Of this entire county, including fauna and flora and all matter of creature, big and small, things that you could not see or imagine exist within these pages. And I don't know, do I have to do like a persuasion maybe?
Yeah, sure.
I think that's a pretty sexy. I'm gonna roll 2 with advantage. Fuck, I'm gonna roll another one anyway.
You gotta fucking do that before.
I know, but like if I was doing it on the table, I would like another. I mean, it's a good roll anyway. But well, there you go. So I'm taking 13 anyway, and I use an XP plus 5, so 8. Was that 13? So 18.
Graham, you know I cannot learn a spell from this history book.
Tell us about who you were when you were powerful. What did you do with your power?
I don't remember, Quintus.
You don't remember. I don't believe that for a wee second.
I'd like to roll something to find out what this creature is with this big one eye. What are we looking at here? So I'm guessing an arcana.
Sure.
Can I just say I thought that was a good idea with the history book? I think that was a good twist. I thought that was a good...
you know what? I'm going to give you inspiration.
Thank you. Like, no one even acknowledged that was a good twist. I remembered that I kept that for like 3 episodes or something.
Good.
Way to go, Harlan. Way to go.
Good idea.
Thank you.
You need a pat on the back.
No one even acknowledged it. I was happy about it.
Here's an XP. Yeah.
Thank you.
So...
What did you roll?
A 19 plus 3, so 22.
You, having seen it now that Graham is directing his conversation directly towards it, you recognize this creature. You figure that its giant eye will probably give it some kind of gaze attack. If it gets angry at you, or if it feels threatened.
Okay.
And that the insight that it is gaining on your companions is probably also a magical ability that it can have.
Like a telekinesis.
Its claws look really dangerous.
Right.
But it doesn't seem too keen on fighting you. It's just hanging out in a tree.
Yeah. But is it got a name, this type of creature?
Yes, but I'm not going to tell you it.
Oh. Okay.
Why do you want it?
No, that's fine. You don't
just
need it.
For referral. I'll call it the
No, don't. I've got an eye creature. I'm going to call it... What's that thing from Commander Keen with the one eye?
I just said I'm going to call it the big eye creature.
I just wrote eye creature. Perfect. So, did the hag steal the child?
Yes.
Why not just enter the mound yourself and retrieve it? Any information that you wish.
Oh, I wasn't invited.
Would you like the hag for your...
Hold on, you need to be invited to enter a residence?
Oh, no, no, of course not, but... the hag, mother, she is so powerful. She would destroy me if she caught me trespassing. And I heard all the commotion you were making here. Thought I could strike a deal while she was out. Was I wrong, Graham?
Are you... So this hag mother is more powerful than you?
Oh, yes. Far more powerful.
What do you know of her?
Can I have the book?
If you tell us something that is worthwhile, then yes, of course.
I will tell you 3 things. If she discovers that you have taken her daughter from her, she will find you at night, and she will kill you. I will tell you 2 things. The mother travels on the river. And 1 thing, you will need silver, yes, to hurt her. Now, the book.
And I walk over to Leah, and I say,
She just gives you the book right away.
Yeah, and you said there were 4 spells in it?
Yep.
I'm gonna tear out 1.
It like screams in your head.
And I'm like, I cringe at it, and I keep the last spell, and I toss the book in the direction. I say, "There's 3 spells for your 3 pieces of information."
I think it's gonna glare at you. It's gonna give you rotting gaze. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oof. I'm gonna. Can I use XP for this?
When you've got your guided.
Oh,
How
I'm
many
gonna
XP
use.
do you have left?
I'm gonna use. No, I've been using people, but I'm gonna use my inspiration. Actually, that makes more sense. Are tearing spellbooks bad? I don't know that. So, 19 plus Constitution. You said?
No, it's just your Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Yeah, so you should have saving throws on the side. You might have
so
Constitution
+1, yeah.
marked.
So
Great.
20.
So it hurls this like devastating glare at you, and then it like scampers down the tree and grabs the book and starts making its way into the swamp.
It doesn't want the last one?
I mean, you just tore a page out of a book.
Yeah, but can it not still read the spell?
Was that you weren't offering it? You just tore.
No, I was like
page out
gonna
of a book.
bargain it. No. I was gonna be like, you gave us 3 pieces of information. Here's your 3, and I was gonna be like, and here's the 4th for a 4th piece of information.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't say that. You just said that you threw the book at it.
It was a misunderstanding.
Oh,
It's not used to being around people, so it
fair
doesn't
enough.
make
Well, I
sense.
shout out. I'd be like, I have the last spell.
And it sort of turns around, and now it's on the ground, sort of, like
Yeah.
45 feet away from you.
And I clarify. I said, I offered you 3 spells for 3 pieces of information. That's not to say.
No. No, Graham. I said the book, and you desecrated it.
And I hold it up, and I'm like, this last one can be yours.
It should be mine.
But it can be. If you tell us a final bit of information.
What do you want to know?
And then I turn to the other 3, looking for any suggestions. We could ask that, but that seems like a big get, eh?
One question.
I'm thinking how when it returns, but like I'm thinking maybe.
Is this the real baby, or is this the hag's baby?
No, I think that's sort of not. I mean, to me, our goal is going to be to kill this thing. We know silver weapons.
You have
work.
one question? That was my suggestion.
Okay, fair enough. Well, maybe we should. What do you guys think? Should we ask that?
What was that?
He was asking whether it's the real baby
Is
or
it-
not.
Is this the
Leah,
hag's?
wait, no.
She keeps referring to it as the mother.
No, the hag mother.
Yeah,
I'm going to
can't
leave
metagame
this up
that
to
one.
you guys. I think that we should just kill this thing right here.
I look to Leah and
Right
I'm
now.
like, Leah, I really need your
Yeah.
advice here.
I mean, it doesn't. I wasn't with you guys. That's what I'll tell you.
Leah wasn't?
Am I the only one that thinks that giving this thing
I-
a powerful spell book would be a bad idea for the future?
Hold on, Leah wasn't with us with us in something? Where
She's
was it,
not
Leah?
playing because she's also the game master.
In the bed? Oh, why were there 3 beds, maybe? Maybe I can ask that. Gage? Tados? Joe seems sort of on board. Let's go with that. And I'm going to say, there were 3 beds down there. Where are the other hags? And are there other hags?
Yes, of course. Idiot.
Well, let's be nice.
3 hags makes a coven. There's the mother. She's coming home right now. And she will kill you if she finds you here. I assure you.
Right, okay.
There's an older daughter. She's at the pit. The other one left weeks ago to form her own coven. And that's why she had a child. Now give me that spell.
Deal. And I walk over and I do my best to apologize because honestly I didn't know ripping a spellbook was bad.
And it takes it from you politely.
Does it? Thank
No,
you.
it rips it out of your hand and gallops
And
away.
I turned to Quintus and I say we need to get that child back as soon as possible. Quickly, now.
I should have killed that thing.
We need to put the child
back to town.
No. We need to put the child back.
We need to put the child back.
Yes.
Are you crazy?
No.
First we give that spell book away, and now we're
I walk over and I take it from Quintus. And
Hey, no, you tried to take it from me.
No, we have to. Listen, did you not hear? That's not a child that was taken. That child is the child of a hag.
We don't know that because you didn't ask that question.
But if we leave it, then it's just going to turn into a hag.
Did they not just say that the other... Sorry, maybe I misunderstood. Did she not just say that the other was the mother? That's why she left.
So the
She said
creature
the
with
mother,
the big eyes
the
said that there
daughter.
was 3.
Yeah,
That
the older
there was a
daughter...
mother, the older daughter left, and the younger daughter is at the pit.
Oh, I wrote down that the older daughter's at the pit.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, anyway.
Well,
but
it's the older daughter now for sure.
But the other left weeks ago because she had a baby, and then she's starting her own coven.
The other daughter left weeks ago to start her own coven. And that's why the mother had to have another baby, is to make 3.
Oh, I see. Okay, then I totally misunderstood. Never mind. I thought what you were saying is the huntress woman that died or whatever.
I was getting hyperventilating a little bit.
Yeah, because like,
No.
No, it's fine. I totally misunderstanding. I thought they were saying this is like a hag baby, not just like one to become a hag. Okay, that's different. Regardless, though, I would still say, listen, that creature, which admitted to being very powerful, was very nervous about this. We are not fitted for silver weapons. We need to put that baby back right now and come back when we are prepared. We will die otherwise.
Or we summon the mother to us in town and get the silver weapons ready in the meantime.
That creature did promise that the mother would follow us if the baby was missing. So I think
true.
it's going to know that we were here either way, probably, right?
Yeah, and that might be the best draw for it. You're right.
Either we leave it and there's a timeline to when we get back, and maybe we don't get back before it eats this baby. We don't even know if this is the baby of the mother or if this is the baby we're looking for.
No,
Maybe
you're
we
right.
can bring it to the church and they can find out, or we can show it to her dad and then he can tell us or something.
I think we bring it to the church, like you said. That's
Yes, you are right, because
the father needs to know.
Well, ultimately, anything that we do here will only allow us to, and we're moving as we're talking now, because I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're hoofing it too. Like, I kind of want to run. And I want to head north from the river and head back, like swing wide, because she says it travels on the river. Because we're not going to walk along the river. But and as we're talking, I'm kind of like, you're right. Having this creature, having this baby, and being at Beacon as the hag mother will come to us, will give us the opportunity to set a trap for it, an ambush of sorts.
Sounds good. Let's just get out of here.
Precisely.
Oh, we are. We're getting.
Oh yeah, we're running as we're going.
Maybe the mayor has access to silver weapons.
We'll need to think long and hard about where we want to set this up exactly. I mean, the church might be good, but we know it has a back door and maybe not a lot of fighting space. Something that we can prepare. This is going to be like Home Alone with witches. You're going to be like, let's get paint cans on the stairway.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
I think we should just leave it there.
Absolutely, as we hoof it back to the town.
Excuse me.
What a time report. Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 8. Thank you so much. Let's do another round of applause.
Episode 8.
Wow, that was intense. That was intense.
That was intense.
Man, that's good. I'm glad that I was like, fuck, if this is like the baby of like a hag, I was like, we're fucked, because we can't even save it at this point, and the thing's gonna come back any minute. Man, that's intense. Next week's gonna be a baller, or not next week, because we're not here next week. Next chapter.
Lots of time to
but that's
figure
good.
out
I was gonna say we can send emails and be like, okay, guys, where in town do you want to do this?
Where are we gonna put the Christmas ornaments that are all broken up?
Yeah, where are we gonna put the paint cans on the big metal bar, and how are we gonna disconnect the dryer? And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This has been Chapters of the Undefeated, episode 8. A big thank you again to Joe, our GM, for running such a fantastic long campaign.
You're welcome.
And thank you to us, the players, for playing it, of course. And thank you to you, most importantly, the community, for watching and hanging out with us. It is always such a great thing to be able to do this, but to be able to do this in front of other people is just, it's fantastic. So thank you for watching. I hope you come by on Friday and hang out with Joe and I while we play some Terraria and goof around and do some fun stuff like that. And we will be back next week with a new one-shot that you'll have to just hang out and find out. So Endgame XP, who are we thinking?
I'll leave that up to you guys. I find it really hard to read the chat while I'm DMing.
Yes.
So
That's fair. I'm
There's lots of good
thinking.
input.
who was helpful?
You know
who was
what?
funny? Who
I
was
want to.
delightful?
Justin.
Kellen. Kellen, we haven't
Yeah,
seen Kellen. In a while.
Kellen.
He came back.
Kellen
He was
did
back
great.
the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, Kellen, well done.
And he was
You
answering
win.
questions.
He was,
Yeah.
and he's back
We
in
missed
it.
you, Kellen. What's up?
We missed you. Welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. So there you go. Kellen wins Endgame XP. Again, thank you so much for hanging out. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Hopefully we'll see you Friday night. And as my good brother Alex always likes to say,
We'll see you when we make shit up next time.
see you when you make it up next time, everyone.
Bye.